Hi there, my name is Phixfox and welcome back. This is Heroes of Might and Magic 2 and we don't have time for an intro today, and the reason for that is because we are right in the thick of things. We are right in the very middle of a playthrough here for Spritely Sandro. We are, yes indeed, back in the kingdom of Spritely on Tundar's map. Very grateful to be doing so, and with that being said, folks, I think that we just need to dive right in. So with that being said, let's take a quick look and see where we're at. So as we're loading up, do note that I have two saves. I've got Phixfox 2 and Phixfox 1. So Phixfox 2 is it's the same day, right? Both of these saves have occurred on the same day, but we're going to be playing as Phixfox 1. That's the main timeline here, and then branching off of that timeline is Phixfox 2. I'll show you Phixfox 2 first. Phixfox 2 ended up with us deleting or getting rid of, dismissing a hero that was landed here on this island, and out of the blue came a little Loona hero. She came to here and she dimension doored over, defeated the hero, and stole his boat. This is the branching timeline where that doesn't happen, but we're going to be playing the timeline where that does happen. And now look what we have to deal with. We have a lunatic in a boat with a throng of power liches, a throng of bone dragons, lots of phoenixes, a legion of skeletons, and a throng of greater druids. That's a lot. That's a lot. And the reason why we've made these branching timelines is because I don't know if this is going to be the end of us. We're going to do our very best to play through this map, but do note that this lunatic, we do not actually have to defeat her. We don't actually have to beat her. Our goal is to accumulate 1 million units of gold by the end of month 14, week 1, day 1. So we can totally ignore this hero if we so choose, and I think that we are going to. We have our main hero, Sir Sandro the Necromancer. Of course, this is a love story. This prequels all of Tundar's other maps, and so Sir Sandro the Necromancer, this is before he really gets the chance to meet his true love, and oh boy, is she gonna lay a smackdown on us if we find her. However, we do have 15 attack, 14 defense, 18 spell power, 13 knowledge. That's pretty good. That's not bad. We also got phoenixes, dragons, a nice bit of skeletons, nice bit of sprites, a couple of centaurs for our trouble. We are currently just not too far away from these dragon cities. We have come across 3 dragon cities here. We also have 2 back in our home continent area, but that might be the very first place that this lunatic weighs anchor. So we might lose that very, very quickly. There's lots of map to be explored. Immediately north of our little continent, there is at least half of the map, the eastern side of the map, that is unknown to us where it is or what it is. We know that Lunatic was over there. And from there on, we're just going to have fun trying to make this work. Let's see how this goes. Christina Diamond's in the chat, as well as Tundar. Hello, Christina. Hello, Tundar. Nice to have you here. I made it. I made it. Hello, everyone. Hello, Fix to the Fox. Thank you so much, Christina. I hope that you're doing so very, very well. It's a pleasure to have you here today. After a tough week, I'm hoping that it wasn't too tough of a week for you. I know that life is tough. I know that there's always wild and crazy things that happen. We can't really help that. That's just life. But I'm very grateful for all the wonderful people that make life sweet and wonderful. And Christina, I think that you are definitely one of those people. And yes, this is the Sandro saga, and I'm very glad that we get to continue it here today. So we come before this dragon city, a place off limits to mere humans. Do we wish to violate this rule and challenge the dragons to a fight? You better believe it. And you know what? I'm not even going to fight this fight. 22 sprites. I think that that's absolutely acceptable. For defeating the dragons, we even get 1 skeleton back for our trouble. We defeat the dragons, and we will have 2 of them to resupply our army. We are up to 17 of these dragons. And it looks like, do we still have 1 more? No, this was the 3rd one. These dragon cities are slowly going to accrue 1 dragon per week. So that's 3 extra red dragons per week right here. I think that we're in a good spot. Let's use these dragons and just go up the coast and see what's at the top. Yes, what's at the top of this area. Do note that we only have 2 artifact slots, and I can see at least 1 instance where we're going to be challenged on that. It probably behooves us to have another hero go in that direction just to make sure we can offload bad artifacts. There are tax liens everywhere in this map. You're going to have to keep a weather eye out for that. By the way, Sandro the Peasant Killer, there is Sandro the Peasant Killer, the Necromancer. We lost Sandro the Cute not too long ago. But Sandro the Peasant Killer, he just killed a lot of peasants. He killed enough peasants to get us 5,700 skeletons. That feels pretty good. We're going to put all those creatures into a boat. We're going to have Alomar just take 1 step up. Sandro is going to offload that massive army. In fact, we're just going to do a full swap now that I think about it. And we're going to move over the most impressive artifacts, the fighting style artifacts, and even the Spade of Necromancy. Our main Sandro hero can use the Spade of Necromancy. We're going to allow him to do that. We do want to hold on to this Endless Card of Ore. and everything else that could be useful here. Elemental Ring, though, I think it's time to let that go. Medal of Honor, in this case, I think it's time to let it go. And even the Lightning Helm, maybe not the Lightning Helm. Maybe we keep these two artifacts and the Statesman's Quill. The Statesman's Quill might be very useful later. So we're going to leave ourselves 3 artifact slots open. 1, 2, 3, right there. And then Alamar's going to go north and try his very best to support Sandro to make sure that they've got what they need. Right now, we're not going to land. Shipwreck Survivor, or Shipwreck not visited, but with 5,000 skeletons, do you think we're going to do just fine here? I think so. The rotting hulk of a great pirate ship creaks eerily as it is pushed against the rocks. Do you wish to search the shipwreck? Yes, I do. These losses feel unacceptable, but then you have to remember that there's 5k skeletons. It'll be fine. 5,000 gold for our troubles, and in fact, we're going to go to this derelict shipyard as well and just clear out everything that we possibly can. The rotting hulk of a great pirate ship creaks eerily as it is pushed against the rocks. Do you wish to search the ship? Yes, I do. So note that this shipwreck gives you ghosts. This derelict ship gives you skeletons to fight. And I'm very grateful for that, actually, because I'd much rather fight skeletons over ghosts any day of the week. So we're going to be back into this position, ready to support in whatever way Sandro needs it. I suppose I could pick up this artifact, but because I can just go around it, I don't see the need for it. I suppose that there is this alchemist tower not too far away. Oh, just to make sure that there's never any problems, we're going to go through this. And we're going to read this artifact because we're going to run into so many of these, we might as well read it once. Your big spending habits have earned you a massive tax bill that you can't hope to pay. The taxman takes pity and agrees to only take 250 gold a day from your account for life. Check here if you want $1 to go to the Presidential Campaign Election Fund. The answer is no. No, I do not. But with that being said, I'm also going to pick up this artifact. I do believe that that is also a tax lane there. We've got Darlena, who's back at home. I believe that her whole job is just to pick up windmills. Yes. Is it day 1? Maybe, maybe not. But 2 mercury, a little bit more to be had over here. And then I think that Phineas is quite similar. No, Phineas's job, he's got to go over to this hill fort. There's a hill fort, and with 108 battle dwarves and 124 orc chieftains well on the way, should we step on this hill fort, I think Phineas is doing a very good job for us. We have Airy with 9 of these dragons. He's going to pick up this summoned boat. He's going to hop into the water right over here. Right here. Oh, unfortunately, we're going to be just out of movement points, but this is going to be one more hero on the water. He's going to have to sail out in this direction, and he's going to have to evade Loona, I do believe. Boreaser's in the chat. Hello, Boreaser. Nice to have you here. Thank you for the subscription. It's a pleasure to have you here. You are on an 11-month streak. My goodness. Way to go. You are awesome. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Evening, soon it will be a year of support. Nice to have you around to pop in on the weekends. I'm grateful I get to be a part of your weekends, and I'm so glad that I've been worth your time. I'm grateful that we've enjoyed each other's company. I certainly can say for myself that I enjoy your company, so I'm glad that you enjoy being here as well. So thank you so much for the continued support. I look forward to having you for a very long time. Okay, Sandro the Peasant Killer is kind of stuck. I don't think he's got... Yeah, he doesn't really have a summoned boat. He's a good hero. Mass, slow, haste. I don't know. Level 14. I feel like I'm going to hold on to him for now because he is getting 100 gold per day. And then maybe if there's a castle over here or over here, maybe I will dismiss. No, that doesn't make any sense. If I dismiss him, I won't be able to hire him at the tavern. Someone's gonna have to come rescue Sandro the Peasant Killer at some point, but for now he's just gonna have to stay put and suffer. It's about time, I think. Oh boy, Sandro the Cute. Hey, we found him. Hey, he's back. Folks, there's a shrine here. We should have picked this up a while ago. Imagine if we had an extra 10% of skeletons. We would have had an extra 500 skeletons from Sandro the Peasant Killer's exploits. That would have been lovely. That would have been wonderful. And because there is this wonderful hero here, Sandro the Cute, he's got his trunk of gold. He's got all these other manner of good things, except for the tax lane. He's going to be worth our time. We're going to pick him up, leave the zombies, and send him to the Bill Collector Destroyer. The Incinerator 1000, as it were. Yes, indeed. What do you do with taxes? You see them and you incinerate them. I don't make up the rules. I just tell you what the best decision is. In this case, we love our local tax person, our tax collector, but we do not love the taxes that dot this land. And folks, with that being said, we're going to move on to a new day. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Loona can actually dimension door while in the boat. Where did she go? So she dimension doored here, derelict shipyard. Did she dimension door in the boat from here to here? What? There's a lot of this map to be explored, and we just have to know, okay, she's somewhere in here right now, give or take, and that means that we must stay far, far away from her. We don't have time or energy to be dealing with this massive hero who will obliterate us in one moment. So let's ignore her as much as possible. Let's stay in the north hemisphere of the map and then go from there. As you enter the alchemist tower, a hobbled graying man in a brown cloak makes his way towards you. He checks your pack and sees that you have 2 cursed items. For 750 gold, the alchemist will remove them for you. Do you pay? The answer is always going to be yes. Worth noting, it's always 750 gold. If it's 1 item or if it's 50 items, it's always 750 gold in order for him to get paid and then throw the cursed artifacts into his magical cauldron. And that's where those cursed artifacts will be melted down into something new. We are going to recycle the paper that is, in fact, these tax liens. And I think that that's actually going to be very, very useful. We're going to use it for confetti for children's birthday parties. We are going to turn it into low-budget toilet paper for, you know, the summer is quickly leaving, and we're going to have cold weather upon us very quickly. For all the sniffles, right? I suppose you ought to use actual Kleenex for that, but if you're like me, I'm saying to myself, look, I've got only so much I can spend my precious hard-earned gold on. Yes, and when it comes right down to it, a tissue does just fine for me, no matter how it looks. 29 skeletons in return. But what I'm trying to say here is this. What I'm trying to say is that I don't really mind if we are able to turn those bits of paper that indicate that we owe anything, if we just turn those into something better, something nicer. Nicer, Phixfox, yes. Let's turn the cost of doing business into something else. I think that we're for sure going to take the Spade of Necromancy. We do have the Expert Necromancy, +2 now. 50% of all creatures killed in combat will be brought back from the dead as skeletons. So we're going to take that. We're going to take 5,000 skeletons. We now have 6,500 skeletons in the stack. We're going to leave, I think, everybody else. Well, you know what? We've already got undead in the army. Tell you what, let's take these power liches for now, and then we're going to leave the rest of these forces here with Alamar. And I think, does Alamar actually have enough? 1, 2, 3. Hold on. There is this nice bit of gold here, but you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artifact slots open in order to make that happen. I think that we're actually going to sail back, say hello to Sandro the Peasant Killer, and he's going to hold on to some of these artifacts we don't really want so that we can go and pick up that. So we need 8 slots open. We need 5 more slots. Let's temporarily do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that's all the space that we need. And let's send Alamar up to go and deal with this little adventure here. It's an adventure because you're going to incur a lot of debt, but ultimately it's going to be a net positive, and that feels really, really nice. Roman's in the chat. Hello, Roman. Nice to have you here. Boy, sir, how was my week? It was good. It was good. Hopefully everybody else's week was good. Hopefully Boreasur's, Christina Diamond's, Tundar's, and Roman's weeks were wonderful, as well as Rise to Ruin and Dream of Yesterday. Rise to Ruin says, so this is why all the banks are going paperless, keeping up with people erasing debts with one trick, using a paper and a cauldron. Now that is some high quality discourse, and I'm definitely here for it. Yeah. I mean, then again, you do run into the Tyler Durden situation. If you've ever seen the movie Fight Club, you know that in that movie, they tried to bring down the central banking and all that by doing something violent to get rid of all the debt. Something of like a modern day Robin Hood in a sort of way, I suppose you could say. And if that's the case, then maybe you do want a paper backup if you are the banks, but who can say what is best in these weird times? Dan Dream of Yesterday says, hi Fix. Hi Dream of Yesterday, nice to have you back. Welcome, welcome. Pleasure to see you there. We have got Ranlu still going into these windmills. I don't know exactly how useful these windmills are going to be, but do note that we don't have crystal, we don't have gems. So anytime we do hit on one of those crystal mines, that does feel pretty good. Worth noting, we have 1 gold mine. It's only 945 gold per day there because, just in case you forgot, well, we are on a severe handicap. It was indicated to us that the shackles would be important to make sure that the gold in this gold collecting scenario actually worked out thematically. So I do appreciate that very, very much, that we are getting the experience that our map maker wanted for us to have. So Sandro's going to stay on the beach, just hoping that someone will come rescue him at some point. It's possible, not likely. And then I do want to get to this cathedral at some point. Should I trade? I've got 3 marketplaces, 1, 2, 3. I don't think I have any other purchases to make. Oh, and I did just purchase the shrine. That was my crystal. My crystal was meant to go into that. Bit of a mistake there, perhaps. Let's pick up this cathedral. It's I think it's almost day 1, day 5. Let's wait just a day or 2 more, and then we'll pick up the cathedral. She's back. Oh, she's back. That's so scary. She can cover so much ground in such a short amount of time. Loona the lunatic, throngs of everything. Legion of skeletons. I think that's like 10k skeletons. You might think, Phixfox, you got almost 7,000 skeletons. You're doing fine. She's got like 10k. She's got like 16 or 15k. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's more than I can deal with. That's for sure. So we are still going to stay away, but we are going to start to harvest the countryside a little bit more. 50% of all battlefield casualties feels pretty good. I am going to pick up these little bits of gold wherever they may be. Who knows? They might be useful. 53 skeletons. Let's see if we can do just a little bit better. 1 blind, and then we're going to take oodles of damage. The power liches are going to get into this fight just a tiny bit, though. That'll be nice. In the last fight, it was phoenixes and then all archmagi. This time, power liches are going to get a little bit of damage off to save the skeletons and the sprites a little bit of damage, which feels okay. In fact, this is probably the best reason to try and get these red dragons upgraded into black dragons. Going from 5 speed to 6 speed is actually kind of important for some of these sorts of fights. But the issue is that if I upgrade the red dragons into black dragons, then I am going to have a really tough time resupplying my armies in the future. Because we're simply getting the dragons from these different dragon cities, I don't want to have them go into black dragons, because if I do, I'm not ever going to be able to just load forces directly into my army. That feels bad. So what to do here, I don't know. I'm open to suggestions if anyone has any suggestions. Okay, I think I want to clear in this direction, just so that way if there's an artifact I can unload, then I'll be close to the coast and close to Alamar to do so. Water elementals, whoa, let's avoid 43 sprites lost. It's not that big of a deal, but I suppose that was so weird. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. But I suppose that it's worth every troop I have to save the damage and keep them all alive. Folks, what just about happened right there, I had my left hand on my keyboard and I was just about to click wait. Now, I've not been playing a lot of Heroes 3 in which there is a wait function. Of course, in Heroes Might and Magic 2, there is no wait function like you'd find in Heroes 3. But you know where else you find a wait function in a Heroes Might and Magic game? Olden era. I've been enjoying a little bit of the closed beta test for Olden era recently, and a little bit of muscle memory just about cost me just now. I almost hit wait on all my forces, so let's not do that. Gotta remember which game you're playing. It's not that easy. That might be the hardest thing, is going from one Heroes Might and Magic game to the other, because they all do play very differently, which I actually enjoy. I think that that's a really good thing, that they all play differently. You get a different experience depending on which game you're playing. But I also do realize that that can run you afoul of some major problems if you're not careful. And knowing that it almost got me there, that feels kind of bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. In fact, we might even have our Earth Elemental step up in front of here. Maybe we even lose some Earth Elementals from our Dragon's Breath in just a moment or so. But I wonder if anybody else experiences that. I can't be the only person that does. I think lots of us play lots of different Heroes games. If you enjoy Heroes of Might and Magic, you probably enjoy more than just one of them. You probably... Oh, more Dragon Cities. You probably enjoy more than just Heroes of Might and Magic 2. You probably enjoy more than just Heroes of Might and Magic 3 or 5 or 7 or whichever one's your favorite. And so going back and forth from one to the other, I can't be the only person that does struggle with that on occasion, because they do play differently enough that while the similarities are good and high quality, the similarities make sure that you have the basic strategy nailed down from game to game. There are enough differences that if you're not paying attention, you will accidentally make some mistakes, and you will feel kind of silly if you do. Area's finally in the water. 1,500 gold here at the sea chest. Another 1,500 there. I suppose I could land. He's got 9 dragons. I can either go for these elves. Oh. Or I could go into the big ocean, unless there's reefs here. For the first time I've realized, folks, there's reefs here. So you can't simply sail from here to there. You can summon a boat here, but you can't get over there otherwise. So I see a lighthouse. I think that that's going to be worth my time to pick up. Hopefully before we run out of movement points today, we'll have just enough to land. 6 Mercury comes from that barrel. A little bit of flotsam. We got a lighthouse I want to land for. There's one more barrel, but that's going to take me 1 extra day. I feel like I should land, and I think I shall. I'll land right now, and I will forego this opportunity in the water with the barrel. There's a jail not too far away, but we are running high on heroes. We've got multiple heroes, and we might have to let go of somebody. Oh, you can't let go of this person who's giving you 2 ore and sulfur a day. Can't let go of that. We'll have to make a decision, but we got decisions coming up very, very quickly. Pixa's in the chat. Hello, Pixa. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Always a pleasure to have you, sir. What have your exploits been recently? I think I saw that you played recently with Winnie Maru. You were playing some Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I didn't get the opportunity to stick around or say hello, but how was your stream with Winnie Maru? Let me know. I'm interested. And Roman says, I enjoy Heroes 1, 2, 3, and 5, but only Heroes 2 is my game. You know, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, you're recognizing that, you know, there's a lot of quality gaming to be had, but one of them really is the one that resonates with you. And I respect that, because I think that I feel quite similarly, Roman. So I'm glad that we're on the same page with that. Is she gonna just Dimension Door over here? Are we about to lose everything? While she's over here, maybe I actually am in the wrong position. Maybe Sandro needs to be to the south. Maybe there's stuff here in the south. Then again, she could have started in the upper north. Like if she started way up here and just made her way down to the south and then came over, I don't know. Maybe she escaped when she wasn't supposed to escape. Whatever the case is, I know that Tundar indicated that he was surprised that he had not had Loona do such things in his playthroughs. That's kind of interesting to note that we found an unintended, call it, situation with our heroes here. 43? How am I going to lose 43 centaurs? I'm not going to lose 43 centaurs. I refuse. Pixel says, Winnie did release a co-op map we did together 1 month ago on YouTube. Yes, and it was on Heroes 2. Oh, was I looking at an old video? I apologize. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I was looking at an old video. Ah, this is why we lost so many centaurs, is because our liches were not smart. They were not wise, and they blasted our own centaurs to smithereens. 10 centaurs going down is much better. We will take that. Wow. So 2 phoenixes and a green dragon that we have to fight. But we get 500 gold, more gold, so forth, and so on and so forth. Tundar was surprised that she got out. Yeah, Tundar was surprised that Loona got out. But it's acceptable. You know, it's what you wanted. You wanted her to get out. Okay. Okay. You wanted to make it hard on us. I understand that. That makes sense. As a map maker, I'm sure that you want to make it a fun experience, but you also want to make it challenging. You want to make it exciting. By the way, to all the wonderful people that want to play this map, Tundar is planning on releasing it soon, I believe. Tundar, are you comfortable sharing your plans for that? I saw that you mentioned on the FHeroes2 Discord what your plan was. Do you feel comfortable letting everybody here who wants to play your map know what your plans are with releasing it? Right now I have a copy, but not everybody does. So if you feel comfortable, let people know. I don't know what the best thing to do here is. I think I'm just gonna blind this stack and then just start to shoot away. Skeletons, I mean, they can kill 1 full stack easy. Dragons I think can too. When you've got 15 attack, you can do an awful lot of nice stuff. Tell you what, we're just gonna do 1 more blind because we don't have any problems, any problems with spell casting. And then we're just gonna let the skeletons have a ball. And they're going to incorporate the snaky opponents in 1 by 1. There's 16. There's 15. And there is another 16. Perfect. No problems there. 31 skeletons in return, and then more dragons are quickly on their way. DreamOfYesterday asks, what is the most replayable Heroes Might and Magic game in your opinion? Most replayable. I would say that most replayable has to be Heroes 3, simply because you have a map editor that is amazing, and the map editor also has with it a random map generator. Heroes 2 doesn't have a random map generator, so if the community stops making maps, we run out of wonderful maps, and eventually you're going to say, yeah, I've played that one, and you'll say, yeah, I've already done it. And for a game that's already 25 years old, it makes sense that eventually you're going to say, I've kind of already done that. And that's not bad, but that is just kind of the reality of the situation. So I would say Heroes 3 does have the most replayability. I might change my opinion depending on some additional information that I could get. I've not played a lot of, not a lot of Heroes 4. I completed all the campaigns for Heroes 4 at one point. I think I could also say that Heroes 5, 6, and 7, perhaps they have a little bit more to them than I'm aware of. But as of right now, I'm going to stick with Heroes 3, just because Heroes 2 does not have a random map generator. So that's my thought process there. Interested to know what other people might think on the matter. Okay, I think that Ranlu is good to wait here. It's day 7. He's just going to hop into the windmill first thing in the morning. We've got Airy. I don't want to pick up this jail because I don't think I have hero space anyway, and I don't want to let go of Sandro the Peasant Killer. I suppose I could let go of... I mean, I could get Phineas... I can get these troops from Phineas to Darlena. He's just kind of a nobody. He's fought some fights for me, but nothing amazing. Tell you what, let's have Airy just step to right here for now. You know you've never realized just how smooth your head is. It's easy to admire your posture, too, when you have duplicates of yourself serving for you. Ah, this is going to be another Sandro character. It is important that we pick up this jail. I must know who is in this jail. I'm guessing it's going to be somebody that looks rather awesome like me. Will they be Sandro the Cute or a Peasant Killer? Time will tell. Okay. It is day 7. We have not yet done this. We're going to trade the resources for the crystal. It's going to be, let's call it 53 wood remaining. A little bit of ore, a little bit of sulfur. Not a lot of sulfur, just a little bit. And that's going to at least get us the cathedral so that we're going to start getting paladins going. Normally I reach her lands in tests before she gets out. That's what you'd hope for, Tundar. Oh, well, I'm kind of close. This doesn't look like this is her land just yet. But this is 4,000 gold a week. That's pretty good. Well, that's kind of nifty. Look at the little tributary. The way that it fits on this map. It's kind of nifty. But yeah, we will have to see what she does. I'm excited to find out what she does. But boy, sir, your week was good. Took Thursday and Friday off. Got a job recruitment talk yesterday. Very cool. So you're having a good time and maybe a new job on the horizon. We won't tell your current employer just in case you didn't plan on them having a heads up. I do think it's interesting that it's generally expected that you give your employer 2 weeks heads up notice, but they can fire you at any point. I think that that's always a little bit interesting. I've never owned my own business though, so I think that if I own my own business, I might feel differently on the matter, but it just seems a little bit, a little bit interesting to me. That, hey, it could be that you don't, rats, that you don't get the same courtesy that you're expected to deliver. I do want to get over here. Alomar needs at least one more day. Does he have summon boat? He never did pick up summon boat, did he? Okay. So it's going to take him at least 3 days to get over here. A noble woman separated from her traveling companions asks you for help. After escorting her home, she rewards you with a bag filled with gold. 750 gold per day, plus another... No, I miscounted. I miscounted. That's horrible. Horrible. We'll come back for you later. And we're 1 movement point away from getting back into the boat. That could not have gone any worse. Well, that could not have gone any worse. So we'll get into the boat. We'll get from here to here. We'll sail over, and then we'll come back to here maybe. Summon the boat, hop in, and then I think Sandro's going to head east. Again, knowing that Loona's down here, yeah, we're going to head east. But Tundar will release this map tonight after tournament matches and release Spritely's Loona next week. It's your choice. You are the map maker, and everybody is at your beck and call in this matter. Whatever your wishes are, I'm sure that everybody else is going to be just happy to get their hands on the map whenever you feel so inclined. Whenever it works best for you, I think that that's what you can expect the rest of us to appreciate. He's back. We had a plan. We were going to let somebody go. Who was it? Phineas. We were gonna let Phineas go, and then I sent him north. Like a fool. Like a fool. Someone that wasn't paying attention. So we're gonna send Phineas back south as soon as we can. And I think that that means that Airy is gonna need to continue north. We're gonna just start to dig. Because Sandro the Peasant Killer needs something to do. He needs something to do. I mean, everybody likes to dig. When you were a kid, did you like the idea of digging a hole? Right? Did you ever wonder if you could dig a hole straight through the center of the earth and get to the other side? I did. By the way, that feels really bad to have to pay 2,500 gold and 3 gems to get through a tax lien. That was bad. Let's never do that again. But for all my friends out there, yeah, if you've never dug a hole like as far down as it could possibly go, I would say you should give it a chance. Who knows? You might find that it's like the best time ever. Maybe I should dig myself a swimming pool and then just fill it with concrete and just have a hole in the ground with stagnant water that just breeds mosquitoes. And, you know, it doesn't have plumbing or a way to drain it or any way of keeping it clean. Tell you what, never mind. We're not going to dig a hole and then try and make a swimming pool. As I've been talking to myself, I've identified that that could lead to some problems. Yeah, so we'll ignore that for now. Okay, it looks like there are 2 ways to kind of get into this area. That makes me kind of happy, actually. Because Airy is, I mean, he's got a good enough force. He can get through all this. And wonderfully enough, he's actually got room to pick up these tax liens. So he's not going to run into the problem necessarily that we did up there. Breastplate for +3. Yeah, breastplate for +3. Plus level 2 spell there. I'm excited to see what Airy does. We're going to continue to let him do his work. And real quick, I do need to check. Are there any heroes that have tax liens that I am unaware of? So Alamar's full. Oh, Alamar's full. He can't pick up from Sandro. What am I doing? Airy does have 1. And then this other Sandro, the cute, does have 1 as well. So, buddy, you're going in the wrong direction. You need to go back immediately. Okay, we'll do that very, very quickly. The Rice Druid appreciates Tundar's map making quality. Very nice sentiments there, and I appreciate that other people are letting, you know, appreciating art. And I don't think it's unfair to call map making an art. I still do want to get all the great map makers into one chat at some point. I do recognize that not everybody is as comfortable with English as they would like to be, and so I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but I still would like to get everybody in there if at all possible. Okay. So, what did we learn? Well, we learned that we need to go to here. We need to drop off more artifacts, cursed artifacts, mind you. Or maybe we just need to drop off good artifacts. Maybe Alamar's got to go back with these tax liens. I mean, this is a lot of gold we're giving up here. Okay, these resource generating artifacts are going to generate resources no matter what's happening here. Before anything else happens, let's split up these dwarves. So if we're attacked by Loona, we have a chance to run and get these artifacts back. Let's get rid of, let's even get rid of this lightning helm. Maybe that'll keep us alive. Is that enough spots? I think you just want to get rid of everything. Yeah, I think you want to just get rid of everything. We'll keep the Statesman's Quill for now. And then Alamar is going to set sail up here. That takes us 1 full extra day out of our way. I don't love this. But I do want to get these artifacts off of Sir Sandro. So he's just going to go grab some gold. I'm going to clear the road out in this direction. Last time he was kind of heading up this road, but then he turned around and went back through the swamp. We will sit right here. Oh shoot, we'll even summon our boat. No, we will not summon a boat. We will wait until all boats are accounted for, and then we will do that. Okay. Get rid of a Lamar. A Lamar? Of a puppet? Of a Phineas? Who are we getting rid of? We will get rid of somebody. Let's see. Yeah, no problems here. Alamar. Whoa! I looked at this and I said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be fine. We're not gonna take any losses." 3 stacks of 88 wolves. Yeah, that's gonna take a big chunk out of you, I suppose. And there's no double hex attack. I think that I'm gonna sacrifice all of these centaurs. Okay, first off, we're gonna curse here. We're gonna hope that we don't take too much damage from this retaliation. Let's see what the damage is first, then we'll make a decision. 169 damage, geez. If we step the centaurs up to here, we're gonna lose at least 1 red dragon, I can't help it. But I could get some damage off, 17 to 35, but then this group is gonna step up. This group will be cursed though, doing 3 instead of 5 damage. Is it better to prevent the damage here, or is it better to just get some damage off and kill 17 to 35? I think you actually want the damage crazy enough. I don't like this at all. Ugh. Ugh. Dragons were not meant for such torture. Okay, and then these wolves are about to get into me one way or the other. I cannot help it. I cannot stop it. We're gonna lose. The AI fought this fight way better than me. The AI fought this fight way better than me. How did the AI fight this fight so much better? We started with 9 dragons. The AI was going to lose 3. We're down to 4 dragons already. We are in danger of losing this fight. How do we fight this fight so much worse? What did the AI do to make this fight go so much better? Okay, so we're gonna have to do something. So 233 and 7 goes down. So long story short, we're gonna get out of this fight. And it's gonna be level 6. Okay, but 57 and 2. 57 and 2. Folks, we're doing something for science here. This is very, very important, okay? We're gonna hit load game. We're gonna go back to this autosave for this reason. I have to know what just happened. How did the AI only lose 3 red dragons? We're immediately gonna go to this fight here. And look, 63 and 3. We're gonna restart and we're gonna hit auto combat because I have to know. How did the AI fight this fight so much better than I did? Okay. We're gonna hit auto combat. What? You're insane. Oh, and then the wolves go around. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's crazy. This is okay. So if you ever wonder, is the FHeroes2 AI good or not? That fight was fought exceptionally well. Now, what did the AI do that was good there? They used terrain exceptionally well. They got just enough of separation between the stacks of the wolves that the wolves could not all attack at once. And we did not do that. We took multiple extra rounds of combat than we wanted to. And the centaurs, I mean, I think that the centaurs got every single shot that the centaurs took, it was ranged damage at full damage. That was well done from the AI. Okay, but at this point, just to make sure that we do this correctly, I'm gonna do it just like this. I'm gonna dismiss the red dragons there. I'm gonna split this down to what 67 was remaining. I'm still gonna honor the Phixfox code of not abusing the autosave, but like, goodness gracious, isn't that fun to see how you can manipulate some of these fights to do some really cool stuff? That was cool. I really liked that. Okay, we do unfortunately have to take the rest of our turn here on these other moments, but that felt worthwhile to me. So even if you didn't enjoy that, please know that I enjoyed every little bit of that. I did. I enjoyed every little bit of that, and I make no apologies for it. Okay, we were gonna go down. I'm going to make one change though. So I am going to get out of this a little bit of something for abusing the autosave. I am going to send what's his name back the other direction. So we were going to move all this stuff over here, gold generating stuff, and I think this one. Yeah, that looks correct. And we were going to split these dwarves into 5 stacks. Okay. And then Almar's going to go back up. But what I'm going to do, instead of sending Darlena there, I'm going to send her up so that way I can potentially hire that other Sandro hero after I get rid of the Phineas here real quick. Interesting. Huh. Xbox is learning tons of stuff. Maybe we'll get these orcs upgraded. Maybe not. 576. Kind of want the elves more than anything. Darlena go back, drop some troops off. Phineas is going to try and get these 44 orcs upgraded into orc chieftains. And then we're going to head back. And hopefully next day we will hire our hero back. Interesting stuff. By the way, Phixfox says Pixo recently did a co-op with Sarakin. Okay, yeah. Not a map designed for FHeroes2. It was literally impossible. Oh man, I'm sorry. If you want to try it, tell you what, if you ever want me to try something, put it in the Phixfox Discord under the request section. I'd be very happy to take a look and give it a shot. Although I recently saw on the Heroes of Might and Magic 2 or the FHeroes2 Discord, I did see that someone was trying to play the Southern War, which I believe is Descendants Campaign Scenario 6. I might be wrong, but they were indicating that it was absolutely impossible. I took a quick look back at my playthrough of the video. I was looking at their strategy that they were talking about, and I was looking at, okay, well, what are they doing? What could I do? And I realized, oh my gosh, folks, I think I need to go back through the Heroes of Might and Magic 2 AI. I think I need to go back through the campaigns. Because think that the AI has gotten so good that replaying the campaigns might actually be worth everybody's time. Disaster. Loona, the lunatic. She's going to have access to Mirror Image, Town Gate, Mass Shield, and there's currently 7 Phoenixes. Plus all these troops. I'm going to hire the Phoenixes because I don't want her to have those. This is not good. All right. All right. Hey, you know what? This is what we wanted. We wanted a challenge and we got a challenge here, but this is not very good. Not very good. But yeah, some of the vanilla maps have been kind of impossibly ruined is maybe the wrong word, but they've been made too difficult. I don't know. Let's see. Too difficult. Too difficult. You didn't say too difficult. That's what I said. I don't know exactly what the difficulty is for FHeroes2 and if it's too difficult or not on hardest difficulties. My general thought process is that if you think that it's too difficult on one of the difficulties, just drop it down below. So I'm glad that there is on, like, I don't know, the 2016 version of Doom. I'm glad that there's like an apocalyptic, impossible to fight mode. I don't ever want to play that myself, but I'm glad it's there, you know? So, yeah, you know, I'm glad that there's great difficulty, but if hard is appropriately hard, then there should be no complaints. The problem I have is when people call something normal and it's not normal difficulty, it's like way worse. Yeah. So long as everything is appropriately named and designated, I don't have any issues with difficulties, even if it's too difficult for me to beat. Okay, I think that we're to the point where we're about to lose Darlena. That feels bad. Oh, so I'm not going to dismiss any hero at the moment because there's no need. Phineas, you might as well stay alive because we're about to lose Darlena. Ranlu, wait, are you gonna? Oops. I'm gonna stick him in a corner somewhere. Want him to stay alive, so that way he doesn't lose me 1 ore per day. That 1 ore per day is actually kind of important. Okay. Okay, Sandro the cute. Don't know what to do here. Currently I'm walking into danger, but I do still want to get rid of this tax lien if at all possible. Don't know what to do. Huh. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, look, she's walking for a change. Does she have spell points, do you think? Did she not step on the artesian spring and she's just like only going to move forward 1 step a day? I'm going to assume that that's the case. We will see. Roma says, I would love to see the campaigns with new AI. I'm also polishing a map, but it will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. Okay. Yeah. And again, folks, I'm happy to play maps. Happy to play maps because we don't have a random map generator. So if you got a map that you think is interesting, I'm interested to see it. Interested to see it. Okay. Well, we're going to keep Darlena here. Loona hasn't seen us yet. Maybe she's going to, I don't know. What if she just... All right, what if she just dimension doors back? What if she has like a town gate or something? I would love it if she just disappeared. Just poof, gone. I don't think I'm lucky like that, but it'd be nice. Main problem is when it's unfair. Yeah, like unfair does matter because I think that some of the campaigns, yeah, if it's an unfair difficulty, there's a problem with that. I don't know. I almost wonder, has anybody touched base with the FHeroes2 team on those thoughts and feelings about whether it's like just too difficult? Because I'd be interested to see what they have said on the matter. Because I think that they are, of course, hardcore Heroes Might and Magic players themselves, and so it wouldn't surprise me if they were like, "Hey, man, we made a version that is exploitable and doable." But then, of course, when you look at, for example, Price of Loyalty 8, and you have throngs of bone dragons you have to deal with, I mean, that's not. I haven't found a good way of dealing with that. Feels kind of bad, right? So I think that there's always questions. I think that's always a good conversation to have. I don't think it's ever a bad thing to have a conversation with anybody about anything. You're gonna stay put. I don't know. Don't want to keep wasting my time here. Harry's just gonna go up the coast a tiny bit. Maybe he can explore, grab a lighthouse for me. Okay, on to a new day. But yeah, challenge doesn't mean unfair and RNG dependent. Now that's a really good point, because I think it's the Wizard's Isle campaign scenario 3, where if yellow gets through the stone liths early on, you don't have a chance. So you have to hope that yellow player steps on the stone lith multiple times and just doesn't defeat you. Yeah, so I think that if RNG is part of it, that is a bit of an issue. I don't know the solution to that though. Like, I think that we recognize that there's an issue there, but I also don't know what the solution is. And so I'm open, and I want to hear whatever solutions we can figure out as a group, because yeah, I think that the reason we're talking about this is because we all agree that this is such a great game, such a wonderful time, that we want to see it continue to do well. So that's my plan, is for Heroes to continue to be excellent. I think that the project has been stupendous. I'm grateful for the approaches that they have taken in order to make it what it is. Oh no, are the halflings going to step up and cause me harm? Not if my sprites get there. But yeah, I'm excited to see where the project continues to go. Oh, I can't share that. Never mind. I was about to say something, but then I realized I told somebody I wouldn't say what I was about to say, so I'm not gonna say that. But I'm excited to see where the roadmap will take us moving forward for the FHeroes2 project. Fireball, teleport, summon boat, disrupting ray, lightning bolt, cure, bless, haste. I kind of want to hire heroes here. Is this castle upgradable? It is. We're gonna upgrade this town to a castle. We're gonna try and get some other heroes here. It looks like we can build a shipyard. Level 4 Mage Guild. We're not too far away from a level 5 Mage Guild, or a library for that matter. I think that this is an opportunity for me to pick up Dimension Door. We're going to stay on this island, and we're going to get it to level 5 spells, and we're going to pick up a Dimension Door, and we're going to fight fire with fire. If that sounds like a good idea, let me know. But all about balancing the old maps. Yeah, I suppose that if you want to play the original AIs, that you can. That's just known as Heroes Might and Magic 2 Gold, which is the OG, and it's perfectly flawless just the way it is. But I think that a lot of us really appreciate what FHeroes2 has done for like the fixes, the quality of life buffs. I think that a lot of people have mentioned, hey, I would really appreciate it if I could have the original AI with all the FHeroes2 buffs. The problem is you can't do that, I know for sure, because it's copyrighted. So part of the reason that they had to build their own Heroes Might and Magic FHeroes2 AI is because of copyright issues. And so you can't include like a button to toggle on and toggle off the original AI versus the new AI. That just doesn't work. They couldn't legally continue the project if they were to do that. Just today, there was something on the FHeroes2 server, or just yesterday, where somebody had posted one of the campaign map files, and it had to be removed because they said, hey, sorry, we know you didn't mean any harm by it, but those maps are copyrighted. So the FHeroes2 team does a good job of trying to navigate those legalities. There's probably a lot more to it than I'm aware of. I don't know. I'm just giving my 2 cents. I recognize the problem that you're discussing, and I think that it's, again, worth discussing. I just don't have an answer for it. Heroes2 is not poker. If I want to play and win because of RNG, I will go Texas Hold'em. Hey, we should have a poker night with the boys. Yeah, all right. Poker night with the boys. Would that constitute gambling under Twitch's terms and conditions? Probably. Let's probably not do that then if that's the case. But yeah, in general, poker night with the boys. That just sounds like a nice time. Holy kittens, look at these wolves. They are so tough. I'm so scared of them. I am terrified of what these wolves are going to do. But what these wolves don't understand is that skeleton power is worth at least 90 wolves. I'm probably going to, let's see, skeletons are out of range now, so we're going to haste them now. We're going to do a double hex attack here because it just makes too much sense. And then whatever problems you thought I had no longer exist. 136 skeletons. Remember, 50% of all battlefield casualties are coming back from the dead as skeletons. But I am going to leave these water wheels. 4,000 gold a week is good, but Sandro's movement points are too valuable for him to waste any bit of movement. So we're just going to ignore that for now. And another hero is going to pick up the windmills over time. Okay, blind here. And dead here. RNG, Roman says, RNG in maps is not a problem unless you're speedrunning. Then you don't want luck to be more important than skills. I mean, there's always going to be some degree of luck, right? I think that that's kind of what you're getting at, is that, yeah, I mean, RNG is kind of what happens. The example I gave, specifically that map, in the first 2 days, you know if you've won or lost the map, and that feels kind of bad. I suppose that the counterpoint to that is Broken Alliance. That's maybe the most famous example of RNG. If purple in the corner gets the RNG and they get the dimension door, or if they get a summoned boat, you just kind of lose, right? I don't think I've ever seen a playthrough of Broken Alliance where purple got dimension door and somebody won. I don't think I've ever seen that ever. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. That was an example of me doing Olden era right there, by the way. Movement in Heroes 2 matters. In Olden era, it doesn't matter so much. That's a bad habit I've just picked up from Olden era, funny enough, where I wasn't being very careful with my movement. I should have moved up and gone west and east as opposed to diagonal to pick up that bit of treasure. I wasn't even thinking about it, and I was just on autopilot. I'm starting to pick up some interesting habits. Kind of, I don't know if I like it. I think I'm concerned. But I do enjoy Olden era. Anyway. But yeah, it depends on some of the RNG. Yeah, totally depends on the RNG, especially on impossible difficulty, Pixo says. Having fun and balancing the game is what you care about. And I think that that's the exact right perspective to have. And I think that that's the perspective that the FHeroes2 team has as well. I don't think that they simply set out to make an AI that was impossibly tough to deal with. I think that their goal has been to make a quality AI, but also a better AI. Also a better AI for sure. I'm gonna pick up the unicorns. I know that spending gold right now just doesn't make a lot of sense, but I don't know. I don't want to evacuate Darlena and just get her out of here, because it's possible. It's not probable, but it's possible that after this observation tower gets picked up, I don't know, maybe Loona will just leave. I keep saying that. I think that the likelihood of that is like 5%. I don't think it's very likely. But I've seen the FHeroes2 AI do some interesting stuff. So, I don't know. Ooh, oh, hold on. Barong of Steel Golems, can't beat those. Not with only 2 red dragons. Maybe if I had 9, but I don't. Oh my goodness. Every single one of these tax lanes I have to lose troops to get feels so bad. But maybe with these dwarves? That's 99 dwarves. There's more dwarves up here. I think that there's some up here. We'll grab those in a bit. And remember, I'm just trying to keep Sandro way out of the way. Oh, I haven't checked this for a while. This might be in my starting area. The ultimate artifact might be in my starting area. Let's look for a house with bird legs for stilts. Because if the ultimate artifact is in my territory, I need to know. Here's one. I need to know so that way I can avoid major problems. Okay, so there is maybe Medusa, and then it looks like a gazebo not too far away. Not that one, because that one's just a tree house. But if it's in my starting area, I need to know, because I might have a little bit of time to dig before what's her name gets here. It's not that one, because there's no little top of a gazebo or something over there. I feel like there was three witches' huts on this continent. One for logistics. I remember the one for diplomacy because I'd mentioned that that was a big possibility that could be helpful for you later. I thought that there was only 2, maybe 3. I don't know. 1, 2. I felt like there was a third up here somewhere. Is there anything else that might be, anything else that might work well? I think that those are Medusa ruins. No, maybe not. It's something else. I don't know what that is. Just an interesting flower. Okay, you know what though? That might be a dragon city. Top of a dragon city. Is that what that is? Maybe a shrine, like a second circle. I don't think it's a dragon city top. That's too pointy. And the other one's a little bit more rounded. Let me find an example of one of these shrines. So first level shrine. Second level shrine, right? Well, here's one. No, it doesn't quite look like that one either, though. I think that's a gazebo. Gazebo? No, because it's got the extra point. What is that? I'm going crazy, folks. I need help. I need help. What is this? I'm going to point this out to you. Bird legs for stilts. What is that? Because I don't think that that's actually a dragon city, and I don't think it's a gazebo, and I don't think it's a spell shrine, and I don't know what else that could be. Goblin hut? Not a goblin hut. That actually kind of looks like a goblin hut. Jeez, did we solve the mystery? I still don't even know what that is. The shading looks a little bit wrong. You'd think I would know this right by looking at it by now, but I just don't. All right, well, one way or the other, I'm gonna be satisfied that it's not immediately apparent to me where the ultimate artifact is. But we're gonna continue to find obelisks, and we're gonna hope for the best later. And Phixfox says you played a lot of Olden, but you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it too. I won't say anything more than that. Anything more than that. And then Roman continues by saying, true RNG is terrible, but you managed to beat it with purple with Dimension Door. However, easy difficulty and a lot of saving. Oh, so you did beat purple, who had Dimension Door on Broken Alliance. Very good. Very good. I'm very impressed with that. I don't think I could do that. I doubt, well, I don't know, maybe with saving, but I just think about how much advantage the AI has if they do that. I don't think I could do that personally. I could be wrong though. All right, folks, we're gonna get a good look at Loona. We've already seen her in the previous playthrough, but now we're gonna get to see her again. Sprites, griffins, elves. That's 11,000 skeletons. 200 bone dragons, 11,000 skeletons. Or maybe it was 100 bone dragons and 200 power liches. It's a lot. It's a lot. The skeletons alone are a lot to deal with. So I'm very sad that we've missed out on an opportunity to get lots of phoenixes later. Haunted abandoned mine. Oh look, there's a, oh, it's gold. I thought it was gonna be another tax lane. There is another town here, Goblinshire. I think I'm gonna pick this up. I don't know if I'm gonna upgrade this town to a castle though. Whoa, how am I gonna lose 2 phoenixes? That's crazy. How am I gonna lose those phoenixes? Hey Vammy, hey Fix. I joined an hour exactly after the start. Good timing. Very well done. Let's see, what have you missed? What is, I don't know. Somebody else let me know what has Vammy missed. 450 HP? No, that's 560 HP right there. We'll just do the blind. Yeah, we'll just do the blind. Cavalry units can't reach us unless they get good morale. They don't. I will work on these swordsmen. I will work on these pikemen. And oh no, do the skeletons reach? The sprites sure do. How about that? And from here, I think I can just hit Q and in the battle. Yep. 87 more skeletons, plus 1 spell power. Does this have anything special? No, it does not. So whereas the other town of Titan Boa, whereas this is a wizard town and it already had a 3rd level mage guild, so it is strategically very interesting for me. This town here is just not. Knights are not going to be my favorite in this instance. I don't know if I'm going to continue up this road, but I do know that we're about ready to either get Dimension Door here or suffer for the rest of our lives. I will pick up 1 extra marketplace so I can trade effectively. We need crystal still, just like last time. We'll trade, I don't know, we'll trade a lot. We will trade a lot. Oh, we purchased a marketplace, so we can't purchase anything else. Of course. Anyway. But yes, welcome, 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 everybody. Nice peasant donation. Oh yeah, the peasants are revolting. No, they've always been revolting, but now they're rebelling. That was a joke my dad told me after the peasant revolt map from Mushankipe. You approach a family of halflings running a trading post with nothing to trade. Recognizing their poverty, you ask to buy their deeds. They graciously accept. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Let's go to the stables. I think that Loona, she can't have any spell points. That's what it's got to be. She would have attacked me by now if she had spell points. She would have just Dimension Doored over. Maybe I just run in circles until 10 days have passed and she manually gets enough spell points to cause me harm. We'll see about that. Gold, gold everywhere. maybe I'm to the point where I just have to give it up. Let her stay here. We've already taken all the resources there. Maybe this means that she's got other places she could go. She just hasn't. Like maybe there's other opportunities on the adventure map that we just ignore from here on out. Or she's going to ignore because she's going to be out of position to manage them. Yeah, she's out of movement, or she's out of spell points. She's got to be. Fammy says, compared to Price of Loyalty 8, those are rookie numbers. Yeah, but it took me like years to beat Price of Loyalty 8. Even though it was rookie numbers, it took me forever to beat that one. So I would hate to see myself put everyone else through that same thing here. Oh, look. Look at this. I thought I was going to... Oh, no. I don't know why I thought you had enough forces to deal with this. Do you have any spells, Alamar? No, you do not. You got a mass haste. It's not going to do it. 2 speed, although it will make the orcs get at least a chance to shoot if these top rocks don't fly right there. It's a possibility anyway. I'm going to ignore the liches for now. Oh, poor morale. That does it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. All right. The next question is this. Does Alamar have anything on him that we really want? Yes. Goodness. All right. Well, he's going to be obliged to run away. Doesn't feel good. But you can see what I wanted. I just zeroed in on this alchemist tower. The logistics in this map are a little bit, caused me a little bit of grief. Not a lot of grief, but a little bit of grief. Okay, let's get Darlene into the ocean. If she can evacuate these phoenixes, I'll be grateful for it. Phineas might even hero chain up. Let's be ready to do that. Here to here? Yeah, we can do that in just a moment or two. We'll ignore this for now, but I do want the Spade of Necromancy for my main hero. Going from 50 to 60% creatures would be good. A throng of steel golems against 187 battle dwarves with a little bit of support. I think that that's a winnable fight. Maybe not the smartest fight. Oh, look. It's a Loona. Oh, okay. And all right, folks, this is a big moment. Like fingers crossed, moment of truth. Are we going to pick up a dimension door here without getting the library? If we don't get it here, we still have an opportunity with the library in just a second. Let's see what happens. With no further ado. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, you thought that the enemy was the only one with dimension door. You thought that they were the only one with a trick up their sleeve. Get the hints. From here on out, Sandro, you're going to use all 130 of these spell points to wreck this map. And I think that rather than go for this corner here, I think that we're going to go east and we're going to just kind of hop from here to here to here. And hopefully we can get from here to maybe just right there. Whatever the case is, our fortunes have just changed. Can you feel it, folks? Can you feel the winds of change? I hope you can, because it feels pretty good to me. Alrighty. You're done. You are done. You're done. And that's it. On to a new day. Where are you going? She must want spell points. She has to recognize that the spell points are stopping her. Roma says, as long as you're not streaming or speed running, worst case scenarios that sometimes you need to start over. That's true. That's true. I do think, just kind of finishing up this conversation before I move on to other things, I do think that it is reasonable to say that nobody dislikes the challenge, right? The challenge is always good. The challenge is good. Might be frustrating, I suppose, but I think that I think I'm more grateful that the FHeroes2 AI is in place than if it was not. That's kind of the way I feel about it. More than that, I can't say. I don't have any more opinions on the matter, I suppose. The roaming does continue to say, I have to say RNG can work the other way. There's a difficult scenario where you get good resources and a perfect mage guild and then I win, but I do feel lucky and not skilled. Tell you what, that's maybe the hardest part that I sometimes deal with when it comes down to playing these scenarios, is when I feel like, oh geez, that's not worth it. When I feel like I only won a scenario because I got lucky, Dragon Rider, the scenario Dragon Rider comes to mind. Because that scenario, is that all I have? Wait, was there, what was the 5th level spell in that mage guild? I got the mirror image. I don't even know what it was. I'm just gonna do this. Hello. Goodbye. I forget what the scenario was. No, it was Dragon Rider. You show up and you pick up 4 liths immediately, and if you get exceptionally lucky, the ultimate artifact spawns right outside of your main area, and it did for me. Because it spawned right outside for me, my 1 phoenix was enough to roll it into 5 phoenixes, and then we just won the scenario. I recognize that scenario feels kind of icky to me because I just got lucky. More than anything else, I just got lucky. But that's kind of the fun of it sometimes. Sometimes it's just fun to get lucky. So, yeah. RNG, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. More than that, I cannot say. Okay. We're going to use another dimension door here. Folks, we're only down to a couple of dimension doors left. Breastplate of Anduran. Hold on, there was also a... Okay. We found 2 pieces of the legendary set for the battle garb. If I can get the battle garb of Anduran, I'm going to be feeling good. So there's 2 out of 3 pieces. We are looking for the helm of Anduran. Can we find it? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. By the way, chat was really appreciative that we found Dimension Door. Yay! Hoot hoot. Good stuff, good stuff. And Chris is in the chat. Hello, Chris. Nice to have you back. Welcome, welcome. How's life? Life is going okay for me. Yeah, life is going okay. I can't complain. Can't complain. I say that. I know we could all complain if we tried hard enough. But the question is should we do that with other people? I saw a very wonderful short the other day on YouTube, and it was like a little cartoonized version of 2 people talking. And the first person said to the other one, okay, just so we're clear, if a friend is going through something difficult, what do you want them to do? And the person's like, I want them to talk to me. Okay, if they're struggling, what do you want them to do? I want them to spend the time and make sure that they know that I love them. What if what they're dealing with is really, really tough and they won't have to deal with it alone? Okay, now let me ask you, if you're going through a tough time, what do? Bottle it up. No, yes, I keep it to myself. I don't tell anybody. And then the person continues to talk about how if they have a problem, they're never going to do anything to let others know and help them. But of course, if their friend is in trouble, they would always love to help. I do feel like sometimes we do that a little bit too much, don't we? Kind of like a person thing that we do, a human thing. We say, yes, if someone's struggling or suffering, if they're having a bad week and they need to complain, please complain to me. We will never do it ourselves. If we're having a bad week, we will bottle it up. Keep it to ourselves. Don't tell anybody. For example, right now, I want to cry because there's no way we're going to defeat all of these steel golems. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. Except for my main hero, all my heroes are bad. Except for my main hero, all of my heroes are just bad. They're bad. And this is bad. And we've already lost 7 red dragons. We're about to lose more. And here's the thing, folks. I think with Aerie, I don't think I mind if I lose him. Yeah, you got the summon boat. Okay. Thankfully, I've got another castle that has it at this point. I'm losing 10 dwarves at a time. There's a red dragon down. This is sickening. Get out of my... Okay, all right. And when was the moment that you realized that Phixfox lost his cool? Well, it was at this moment where he realized that he just made a huge mistake, huge error. That was the moment that he just kind of gave up on the hero Aerie. It was very sad, but hopefully everybody recognizes that, yeah, that was a mistake. Worth the library, yo, double up. Worth the library. Oh yeah, no, I am gonna double up. Did I already double up? Hold on, yeah. Did Sandro leave before he picked up the Armageddon? No, he picked it up. Okay, good. Yeah, but definitely worth the library. Chain lightning and dimension door. Get out of here with that. Streamer luck, bro. Streamer luck. And the Armageddon actually for the dragons is really important because then I can actually maybe handle Loona. I can maybe handle her if I can just dimension door my way to victory. Problem is that you're gonna need at least 3 red dragons because you don't want to run into bad luck where they get good morale on the phoenixes. Because if the phoenixes get good morale, then you're gonna lose 2 stacks of dragons. And phoenixes, I mean, I'll tell you what, I suppose you could send one phoenix and one dragon. No, but that still runs into the problem where you're potentially falling prey to bad morale. Even though there's skeletons and power liches and bone dragons in this army, it's still possible that Loona's got some nice artifacts or she's got leadership. In fact, I'm just going to plan on it until I'm able to actually attack her again or have her attack me and understand more about what I'm dealing with. I'm just going to assume the worst. Oh, look, somebody got spell points again. Oh, but that, okay, so she does have maybe town portal, maybe just town gate. If she's got town portal, we're just cooked. Because then she can puppy guard the entire map. The entire map. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, we've got 4 more dimension doors. I'm gonna use them all, I think. Ah, there's a town here. Perfect. I'm not going to feel too bad then about carrying on. Artesian Spring. That's a non-negotiable. Gotta give yourself that opportunity. And there's an observation tower just south of here. We're going to go grab that real quick. So all of our mana problems have been solved. Observation tower's good. Is there... There it is. We found Battle Garb of Anduran pieces 1 and 2. And we're going to get back to here. So we're going to take this town, upgrade it to a castle. We're going to get a hero to take these useless artifacts off of us. I do care about the 2 phoenixes. Get these useless artifacts off of us. We're going to pick up those 2 Battle Garb of Anduran pieces. And then we're going to carry on from there. I think from here I can just hit Q in the battle. Okay, all right. 1 phoenix lost still. Not great, but let's take a quick gander in here. Nothing special. That's okay. We'll do a quick step out. Tundar, just as a bit of feedback, have you noticed, everyone? I sincerely very much love that Tundar has done something wonderful with this map. Tundar has taken the opportunity to hide your towns and castles. You kind of have trees through all of these castles. Like pretty much every castle is kind of tough to see. Yeah, tough to see because there's like trees in and through them. It does make it hard to click on them. I have to click like right on the gate, I suppose, in some instances. So it's very cool. It looks very nice. It does make it hard for me to click. Don't feel bad. I just realized that you could take that really hard and be like, oh man, he doesn't like it. I do like it, but also worry because I like being able to click on stuff. Okay, all right. Phixfox is over with that. Sorry, I'm sorry. You spy a gleaming object poking out of the ground. You send a member of your party over to investigate. He comes back with a golden helmet in his hands. You realize that it must be the helmet of the legendary Anduran, the only man who was known to wear solid gold armor. I'm very excited for that, and I am excited to come back here. I can come back here once I pick up this most important artifact. Nothing else matters right now. Nothing else matters. So it looks like we're gonna have to go through these bone dragons. How many it is, I don't know. We will find out very soon. Darlena, I think I'm just going to have her go annoy Loona. Not that way. We're going to annoy her this way. And then we're still kind of evacuating these troops out of here. Go all the way up to the summoned boat with Phineas. As Alamar picks up gold. Not once, not twice, but 3 times in one day. And then Phineas is just going to spend the time with these artifacts to pick up whatever gold he can. And then I think because I took the tax liens, yeah, and we might just end up dismissing him. It'll actually save me more gold in the long run if I dismiss him. That'll be the end of the day. Loona defeats Sandro the Cute. So we're going to get an opportunity to look at this army. Yeah, it's 12,000 skeletons, 100 bone dragons, 200 power liches, 200 of the greater druids. Ooh, boy. Alrighty, with no damaging spells, Sandro the Cute is going to abandon the cause. We will call it. I'm not going to say call it a day because I've said that way too much over the last couple of videos. I've noticed that I've said let's call it a day way too many times to the point where I'm annoyed. I don't like it, and so I'm not going to do it anymore. Just not going to say it. As we say in the UK, I'm not too bad. You're not doing too bad, Chris. I'm so glad. I'm glad you're not doing too bad. Yeah, good stuff. But you're going through meditation, you're following your Buddhist traditions. Very good, very good. Yeah, common sense approach to life. That's why you enjoy Buddhism. You feel like it gives you that quality connection that also just makes sense. I shouldn't speak for you. I won't try and speak for you, but common sense approach to life. Good stuff. I like it. Tundar, by the way, says, at least you have decent Sandros to save. I guess that's very true. Even though my Sandros are all going to go down piece by piece, one by one, at least they're good. I don't have any problems with that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the mirror image on the Phoenixes. I'm going to attack right here. That means that this Phoenix, if I attack right here, is going to be able to survive for one playthrough. And one of the Bone Dragons should attack it. Maybe this top one, maybe these 21 will attack it. Bottom stack of Bone Dragons, 18 perish. You're going for the skeletons over a mirror imaged Phoenix. What are you, insane? That just seems like an obvious choice to me. Maybe it's because it's only 8 Phoenixes. I've never seen the enemy ignore a mirror imaged unit before. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. FHeroes2 AI is just too good for their own good. They've learned how to deal with mirror image. Wow. That changes everything. Huh, mirror image. I don't know if I know how to use mirror image anymore. That's actually a big change. You come upon a sign, it reads, here lies the body of Anduran, bow and swear fealty, and you shall be rewarded. You decide to do so. And it says, as it says, as you stand up, you feel a coldness against your skin. Looking down, you find that you are suddenly wearing a gleaming, ornate breastplate. Very good. Very good. Well, we are right here. We could summon a boat, or we could try to just, I don't know. I do want to take out this hero, Rebecca. She's getting a little bit too close for comfort. Here to here. I think I can go to from here to there. But once I get to there, then I have to go fight these dragons. I don't know if you can go from here to here. But you can definitely go from here to there and then there to there. Okay, so we're not going to go for the boat route. We are just going to... Oh, Tundar, you did this on purpose, didn't you? We're going to go this alternative route here. Okay, there's one extra dimension door I didn't want to use. Good thing for that artesian spring. I mean, I suppose at this point I could have just town gated, huh? Well, on this point I'm going to. Okay, so we're going to do the town gate to there. Work our way back up north. 5-5 Alamar. Does Alamar... Got a little bit of space. Let's see if we can take one more artifact slot off of him. I don't want Rebecca to fill it, though. I'm going to see if I can let Rebecca run without any problems. I just want her to run. I don't want her artifacts. Whatever her artifacts are, I don't want it. Keep that thing far, far away from me, or so help me. We reach? We do. And we still got 10 dimension doors left with a third on the way. Okay. So we're just going to start walking down this road for now, and then we'll figure out where to go. Darlena, I'm just going to let her stay. Phineas is... I don't know why we just dug. Misclick. Oops. Gold. 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 And end turn. She's so fast. Oh, but she returned at the end of the day, so she did dimension doors just to scout, and then she returned. Interesting. Okay. Traveling up the road is not too bad of an idea, I don't think, because I don't mind saving the spell points at the moment. Yeah, I don't mind saving the spell points for just a moment. It's day 6. We're probably going to want to hit all these dragon cities one more time in just a second. Let's go chase down Rebecca as we head north. The stables are going to be good for exactly 1 day. So Alamar just might as well stay put because he's going to need to pick all those up in just one more second. And in about 2 more turns, I think that we're going to dismiss Flint. On to the new day. Is she going to get stuck? Folks, something wonderful has happened. Loona is stuck. So for 2 turns in a row, Loona has tried to dimension door far, far away, and then she's decided, no, I need to go back to this little town. As far as I'm concerned, she's in her own little bubble now. I don't want to disrupt that. I don't want to move Darlena. I don't want to move anybody else. I just want to keep everything else right where it is. So hopefully she repeats that move for the rest of her life, because that actually serves me quite well if she does. Quite well indeed. So Let's not mess a good thing up. Let's be patient. Let's be grateful. And let's defeat Rebecca. So she has fled. That's perfect. We want her to flee. We still got 198 skeletons. Not too bad. Now I'm going to use one more of my dimension doors as I get back across the water here. Because remember, I do want to have enough movement points to, or rather spell points. After I get this Battle Garb of Anduran, I do want to be able to use that to go home. Whoop, where are you going? Okay. Go home with the newly acquired town portal spell. Alrighty, everybody staying put. No issues, no issues. Gold, gold, gold. I suppose this is a time, hold on. How do you do it? Do you use the arrow keys? Nope, arrow keys don't move your hero. Arrow keys move that. What about your numpad? Hey, all right, we're gonna use the numpad instead of clicking. All right. From here on out, Flint can only move via the clicking from your numpad. You didn't know you could do that, did you? I'm sure many of you already actually knew that. But yeah, we're gonna just do this with Flint, where I'm just hitting my numpad like this, and only picking up gold. Nope, don't go that way. And that way. Good job, buddy. Picked up everything. Did you pick up Genies? Sure. All right, and now after I drop out the Genies, I'm just gonna dismiss Flint. Good times. Good times. Very fun to see the FHeroes2 additions, like the new commands. I see that those are useful. Jamie says, I think I get the message. Let me start ranting about how difficult it is to write a D&D campaign. Vammy, how's your D&D campaign going? This is a safe space. You can rant if you'd like to. We are all ears. We are open to it. We are here for you. We support you. You are appreciated. Tell us how it's going. I'm very interested. No, that makes me happy. Yeah, anything that is creative, I think that is maybe some of the most stressful sorts of things you can do, though. All things considered, I think it's maybe the most stressful thing you can do to try and do something creative. I know that I stress out more about any creative pursuit I have, more so than I do about like my job. So even though, you know, the thing that I use to feed my family, yeah, that doesn't even take as much effort in my mind, and that doesn't give me as much anxiety or as much stress as my creative pursuits that I want other people to get to enjoy. So, Vammy, if you are struggling, talk about it. Let us know. Let us know. I'm gonna do this right there. I think I can get these 27 black dragons to toast their own friends there. At this point, I do want to keep the phoenixes around, but mostly just for the purpose of being a 7-speed creature. I think that's really my best thing for them. We will kill most of these black dragons on this little diagonal here. Lots of damage here. 15 go down there. And then I'm just going to take the damage, probably this double hex attack. Nope, skeletons it is. Animate dead would be lovely. 500 skeletons goes down, 40 return, +1 defense. And folks, most importantly, a troll stops you and says, pay me 5,000 gold or the sword of Anduran will slay you where you stand. You refuse. The troll grabs the sword hanging from its belt, screams in pain, and runs away. Picking up the fabled sword, you give thanks that the half-witted trolls tend to grab the wrong end of sharp objects. I am indeed grateful for that, and the Battle Garb of Anduran has magically combined into one. Folks, not only does this give us 5 attack, 5 defense, and 5 spell power, this also gives us maximum morale, which we have suffered with this entire game. We've been at neutral morale. We can get rid of this Medal of Courage. We don't need it anymore, and we've been at neutral morale with this Medal of Courage and this basic leadership this whole time. That is no longer an issue. We're going to be just fine. Our morale and our luck are absolutely top tier maximum. Wonderful. And we have a new spell. Town Portal. And oh boy, you better believe that we're going to use this Town Portal. We're going to go back to Queen, where Flint was hanging out not too long ago. And I think it's time for me to drop this Lich. Do I want to stay here? Let's see. It's a new week for the Artesian Spring. We got 2 spell points. We're going to stay here overnight. I am going to purchase just a level 1 Mage Guild, so I have full spell points tomorrow. But we're going to pick up the Artesian Spring. We're going to clear out only the most important things here. Things that are actually going to be win conditions and help us move forward. This is a win condition. This is not, right? This is a win condition. This is not. Little bits of gold, yeah, it's good. But right now we are going for gold mines. We're going for gold generating artifacts. We're going for anything that'll help us be happy and healthy in the long run and reach 1 million gold, because we only have until the end of month 14 and it's currently month 5, week 4, day 1. So we are not quite halfway there, but time is of the essence. And she does her normal thing there. Okay. But it's a pain in the butt, Tundar says, as far as trying to put a D&D campaign together. Might be able to dimension door just above the artifact, Rise to Ruin says. Oh, like right here? We could have dimension doored right on top of that one? Or right on top of that one? Either the sword or the breastplate, that would have been good. That would have been good. But we made it work. This one I don't think we could have. This little spot here, I tried to dimension door there for the breastplate and didn't work, but that was close. Loona's doing the puppet show for Sandro because a necromancer is technically also a puppeteer, Rise to Ruin says. I think so. I mean, they're well matched. How about that? They're just well matched heroes. And I'm grateful that they have a little bit of a love story. I do think that that's really adorable. So yeah, she does her little puppets, a little bit weird, but you know, we're grateful for her. I'm gonna dismiss Flint. Oh shoot, I wanted to dismiss him after I got rid of the Metal of Courage. Yeah, after I got rid of the Metal of Courage. Okay. Well, there's no sense in fighting rocks. As far as experience goes, we are level 27. It is unlikely. It is highly unlikely that we are going to get lots of additional levels. So fighting these little battles are only useful if you're going to be getting a massive amount of skeletons from them. I don't think that that's going to happen too much. Like these dwarves, throng of dwarves, we're probably going to come back for them. We might actually want to wait and let these forces get bigger. I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to wait and let these forces get bigger so that way we can deal with them later. But we are going to go through Titans, Genies, Dragons. Let's do that. Okay. There's Tree of Knowledge here. I will pick up that. And since the gold is right here, we'll grab that. Seeing Eye Pendant. Don't actually appreciate that. That's one more artifact I got to get rid of. And here. A lot of dragons. I mean, we're clearing out the map though. If Loona is stuck, then these 7k skeletons are actually all we need to be successful. We do want to wait on the phoenixes. We don't actually want to lose the phoenixes. Skeletons goes down. I think I'd even want to save the 6-speed genies, but I'd really love an animate dead spell. Oh, I'd love an animate dead spell. Okay. Dragons go down. Very good. Let's kill 7 here. And then the skeletons should take out this group of 15. Phoenix is going to stay alive. That's a business decision. That's a moment of self-preservation. And it'll cost us 400 skeletons, but we should get out of this without any problems. These genies are actually scary. All right. So this is important, folks. We're going to do something that's dumb. We're going to turn off auto battle and set this to manual, so that way Phixfox does not know if we're going to lose 3,000 skeletons from a 10% genie having stack attack. Unless the group of genies want to join us. All right, we're up to 59 genies. That's a big moment. That feels good. Okay, so free gold and genies. I'm good with that. Never mind. I hope that you recognize what I was trying to do there, though. I was trying to make sure that I didn't give myself a free opportunity to prevent losing half of my stack of skeletons. That would have been crazy. A little leprechaun dances gleefully around a magic sack. Seeing you approach, he stops in mid-stride. The little man screams and stamps his foot ferociously, vanishing into thin air. Remembering the old leprechaun's saying, finders keepers, you grab the sack and leave. So we will ignore these titans. We're going to hire one hero here. Who is it? Don't really know. Don't really care. It'll be Zam. And Zam is going to take these artifacts we don't really want right now. So that's going to be the 1,000 gold per day, Seeing Eye Pendant, and this Metal of Courage. We got 3 slots open. That feels good to me. Zam is just going to go to sleep. Alamar is continuing on their journey. And then up. And everybody else is just sort of waiting. Finally, we get a summon boat. Oh, we don't have a spell book. Phineas needs a spell book before he does that. And then I think we've decided to go south. Maybe this throng of phoenixes joins us because we have 1 phoenix in the army. That could happen. That could absolutely happen. Okay, we're gonna head south and do that in just a little bit. All right, and on to a new day. Roman says the original AI was prioritizing shooters and then fragile units. Mirror images are very fragile, so the new AI is smarter, but yes, in this case, it is a downgrade. You know, I mean, I think that technically it's the right decision. Would I, as a player, in that case, wanted to have attacked 8 Phoenixes that weren't going to last for the entire game, or taken out 200 to 300 skeletons? I mean, as a player, I think that I would have done what the AI did there. But I completely agree. I feel like it's a downgrade. Like, there's some things where the FHeroes2 is an obvious upgrade, but then there's some things that you want to keep the exact same as they've always been. In my opinion, if for no other reason, then that's just what we're used to. Like, call it fan service or whatever you want to, but it actually feels right to me if you let some things stick around. And that's one of those instances I think that you could have let it stick around. Okay, folks, will Phoenixes join us now? Rats. All right, I think we're about to lose 400 skeletons. I don't think I can stop it, but we'll give it a shot. And then, yeah, Tundar, a puppet show, dark arts. We're on the same page. Very good, very good. We're gonna skip here. Don't want to lose the Phoenix. It's gonna be 158 skeletons, so 300. 114 there. Genies, can they kill the whole stack? It looks like they can. Looks like they will. Oh my goodness, 59 Genies is crazy. Way to go. 300 skeletons, and then we'll call that a net of 200 skeletons lost. I do want this artifact here. It looks like I can just barely teleport behind it. Very nice. Another 1,000 gold per day. And what else is there out here? I suppose I could have, or maybe I should have gone to the corner up here. It looks like Loona's not been over here. There is a pyramid. Let's pick up this real quick. You come upon a pyramid of a great and ancient king. You are tempted to search it for treasure, but all the old stories warn of fearful curses and undead guardians. Of course we will search. Of course we will lose 3 skeletons. We'll pick up summon air elemental. I'm actually very glad to have not just summoned earth elemental, but also have summoned air elemental, because sometimes you want the beefy, bulky troops, and sometimes you want the faster troops. Like, there's a time for one and there's a time for another. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. Suits me pretty well. I don't know. I feel like I got to go to the corner. I think the Tundar knows that I'm supposed to go to the corner. I think I know I'm supposed to go to the corner. I think I know what Tundar wants. So I'm going to go to the corner. As we pick up 99 skeletons for 1 genie. Yeah, I'm going to go to the corner here and just hope I can find whatever I'm supposed to find. There is a Xanadu over here. Let's clear the map very efficiently. But you can tell I'm leaving a lot of piles of gold behind. I think I'm going to hit 1 million without any major problems. We're currently getting 10k gold a day. Could you imagine if we had a golden goose? We would be doing awesome. I don't know if we ever will get a golden goose. What if the ultimate artifact is a golden goose? Can you make the ultimate artifact be whatever you want it to be? Now that would be an interesting level of control in a map maker's decision-making process. I think that'd be pretty interesting. I'd actually like to see that. It's been confirmed by iHub, the FHeroes2 Discord, that very soon, very, very soon, it's going to be an opportunity for map makers to determine what spells are banned in a mage guild. That's really cool. That's a huge thing. So pretty soon, a lot of the map makers who have struggled with wanting to allow 5th level spells but not have their maps broken up by Dimension Door, they're going to get the opportunity to effectively ban out Dimension Door. Because right now you can choose as far as pyramids, what 5th level spells you are going to get. You can choose with like shrines what you can get. This is just a natural step, I believe, in delivering a perfect experience to your map making community. What did I just do there? Holy kittens, 60 wolves didn't even kill 1 genie. Did you see that? 60 wolves didn't kill a single genie. That feels pretty good. Let's do that again. 148 skeletons. I don't know why I'm walking. Why walk when you can run? There's a sawmill. How bad do I want the sawmill? I think I want the sawmill really badly, actually. I also think I want to spend the spell points just to step on this oasis one more time. I'm gonna go out of my way for the sawmill. Ghosts, okay. 24 skeletons, 74 back. There's another level. Very good. What is that? I think that's a water summoning altar. Yeah, that's just like the tip end of this little blue thing. That's starkly standing out against the backdrop that you usually find for Heroes of Might and Magic 2. The color I don't usually see. Oh, I do want to pick up this observation tower, and I do want to pick up this tree. Oh, my Phoenix. I lost my Phoenix, and that actually feels pretty bad. I clicked way too fast. Way too fast. How many artifact slots left? I got 2. I'm kind of worried. We've seen before that Tundar has put... Tundar has put... tax liens in front of towns. He did that up here. There was a tax lien in front of this town. I do want to make sure we have room to actually get into a new town if it's available to us. I think that that could be pretty useful. I would hate to miss out on that opportunity. We've got 6 more dimension doors with mysticism. We've got more coming very quickly. Lots of dwarves here. Yeah, lots of sawmills. Interesting. Let's make our way to the upper right corner. If we really need to, we can always town portal away for 20 spell points or town gate away for 10. So let's just continue to explore before we're out of movement points. Anything up there? Nope. Lots more sprites. I will take out these sprites. 2 genies for 128 skeletons. Seems good. More. Good. I will purchase these sprites here on the morrow after we get additional movement points. Very good. Alrighty. I think that Alamar is just here to pick up this gold. I hadn't really explored the rest of this island. Yeah, I guess I did. I guess I explored the rest of this island. It's really kind of trippy. Look at the adventure map. Is that supposed to be something? Is that something? I'm not just sure what it is. Whatever it is, I'm not quite sure what that is, but it looks interesting to me. So, Tundar, was that on purpose, or were you just making an interesting design in the map? Let me know. Okay. And let me just check out. Zarfal's in the chat. Hello, Zarfal. Sorry. Whew. Sorry. Hi, Zarfal. Sorry, I wasn't trying to yell. Hi, Zarfal. And thanks, Vammy. Yep, share it on the Phixfox Discord. That sounds great to me. We'll plan on doing that. And then Roman, I'm so glad you're playing the RPGs with your kids. Daggerheart, not D&D, but creating your own campaign is easier with 4 and 7-year-olds. Yeah, that's totally true. But they have such a great time. I remember my dad was my first dungeon master, and I still appreciate very, very much that it might have been a little bit frustrating for him to say, okay, all right, kids, like, try and play correctly. But he did a great job. I really appreciated the job that my dad did in making it fun for us kids, because that's really what it's about. As a dungeon master, it's not you against the player. It's really just you trying to provide your player with a great experience. So I'm glad that you're getting to do that same thing. We're going to town gate home. Artesian Spring, it's day 5. We're going to pick up full spell points. We're so close. We might as well just do that real quick. And I think I'm back to playing this as a 1-player map. Folks, I think I'm back to this being a 1-player map. Yeah, I'm back to this being a 1-player map. And what I mean is this. I don't need to spend the time to manage any of my forces except for Sandro. We're just going to dimension door all over the place. We're just going to go exploring. We're going to find all the fun, nifty things that we want to find. And we're going to just get to enjoy this beautiful map that Tundar's made for us. Is there anything new here? Nope. The obelisk did not tell me anything new. What are these dragons guarding? Oh, there's an oracle. Look at this. Nestled among the trees sits a blind seer. After you explain the intent of your journey, the seer activates his crystal ball, allowing you to see the strengths and weaknesses of your opponents. So she's level, I don't know what level she is, but 15 attack, 16 defense, 18 power, 26 knowledge. Yeah, but she's definitely got more income, more army strength. Yeah, she's tough. And I'm guessing that she's definitely situated in this bottom right corner, because I figured either she was in the upper left or she's in the bottom right. At this point, there's nobody else in the upper right. So she's gotta be, it's gotta be just this one. It's gotta be. We already picked up that obelisk just now. And then folks, it's a tradition here. Anytime I'm playing Heroes of Might and Magic 2, it seems obvious to me that I must summon a boat and go into the very corner of this map. Now, I do have an artifact slot open, so if there's something nice here, great. If it's a tax lien, okay, Tundar, you saw me coming. But one way or the other, we're going to go to the corner of the map because it is a tradition started by the great Charles Watkins in Ghost Planet 1.1, and I'm very grateful for it. Will there be something in the corner? You must have been paying attention to Tundar maps, especially the Spritely universe. This is only going to help. 12k experience and a golden goose, folks. 10k extra gold per day. We're up to 18k gold a day. That's lovely. That's wonderful. I'm guessing that every other corner of the map, not maybe this one. Dude, maybe this corner of the map. Maybe we should go back. Oh, what an interesting proposition. Maybe we should go back and just see if there is another golden goose over there. You are halfway there, my love. How have you enjoyed the show so far? Oh, Loona, we've enjoyed the puppet show. It's been pretty weird, but I think that Sandro likes the weird. I tell you what, here's a hand. Why don't you come and take my towns? I won't hold back, Lunatic says. Oh my goodness. What? I clicked too fast. What did that say? Hold on. We're gonna load up the autosave. She gave us like 100,000 gold and then she just like took it away. So she gave us 10,000 gold. As your holdings grow, so does your tax bill. What? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, so Tundar's made it so that over time, it's harder to get to 1 million. So every week, we're now going to lose this amount of gold. That's a lot of gold to lose. Goodness gracious. But I mean, we're getting there. We're up to 6 figures right now. And 1 million is 7 figures. We could maybe, I don't know, we could maybe win the scenario in the next, I mean, I'm not good at math. We could probably win the scenario fairly quickly. Yeah, I think we could. We'll give that a shot pretty soon. I wonder if there's an island. Is there anywhere to teleport in here? Nope. Okay. It's worth a shot. It is a new week. Tell you what, let's go back to Queen. We'll go back to Queen, and we'll pick up the Artesian Spring. And I might actually want to explore the upper left side of the map. It might be worth my time. I mean, there's another corner to the map. Up here. Where's my nearest town? I think it's actually going to be here. Run Up Bills. Let's go back to Run Up Bills now. And let's just head north. We're going to bypass a lot of stuff. And maybe that actually feels bad because you might bypass some of the story as well. I don't know what's up here. Oh, there we go. Swordbreaker. Can I pick it up? Got a full load. Great. Yeah, Golden Goose though. Okay, let's go back up to Run Up Bills. We're gonna hire one more hero just to take some of these artifacts off of our plate. And then we'll continue north. Very cool. Tobal's in the chat. Hi Phixfox. Hi chat. Wow, you've advanced so much with this map. I mean, we picked up Dimension Door not too long ago, but long enough ago that with that, we've been able to do some really wild and crazy stuff. It's been very, very fun to see Loona with her legion of skeletons stuck here in this little castle, and she gets away and she comes back. I don't think that there's anything that our map maker can do to prevent that little bit of weirdness from happening, but just fun to see it all the same. And that makes me actually feel much better about this playthrough because now I can kind of traverse this map at my own pace. And I sacrifice all of the phoenixes and all the other creatures. But more than that, it doesn't feel too bad. I was hoping that those two Sphinxes would join. They didn't. A former captain of the guard admired your quest and gives you the enchanted Swordbreaker that he relied on during his tour of duty. That's excellent because it's +4 defense, +1 attack. At some point, we may get rid of... No, we might get rid of the Spade of Necromancy. For now, though, it's still really good. And all of these forces out here, I mean, they're getting big. They're getting chonky. That was 175 skeletons worth of pikemen just a moment ago. 4 more skeletons here. Iron golems, 171 skeletons. I'll bet that these rogues, yeah, let's go collect these rogues real quick. There's a lot of rogues here, and they are worth a lot of skeletons. There is 205. There is 202. And I'm losing Genies, but at this point I feel more like just winning the scenario. 2 Genies, yeah, even 2 Genies is not going to really hurt my feelings too bad. Because I don't think that the Genies are the win condition. And then this way I just get to make my skeleton stack it as big as possible. What was my... Nope. What was my record? Does anyone remember? I think it would have been actually in Spritely's Pirates. Does anyone know what the record was for the most amount of skeletons we had? Because well, I think we got a chance to do even better in this playthrough. Loona. Loona. Loona is another puppet, and she is just hanging out. What is her story? I'm excited to find out. And 55 Genies Malort. Yeah, that was a while ago. Vami says, a cool feature would be the option to have quick combat enabled, but not see the results of combat. So you have to estimate yourself whether you will have acceptable losses if you do decide not to fight the battle, decide to fight the fight, or have to fight it manually. I agree with that. Oh, and there's 8 golden gooses, Tundar says, by the way. I agree with that. I think, though, because you have the queue function, you don't actually need it. Like, if you're going to do that, you can load into battle and just hit Q. It does save you 3 seconds, though, if it will just auto battle randomly. But I think that's the best alternative to what we're discussing there. So I hear what you're saying. I don't disagree, right? I don't disagree. How about that? Why would you slow me, Loona? By the way, this puppet here, she just slowed me and then she immediately ran. But I was going to check what her stats were. I wasn't sure at the, I wasn't sure at the moment what they were, but we got out of that fight eventually. 12 giants. This town may not be upgraded to a castle. Okay. 180 spell points still. This is an interesting part of the map. How about this, folks? For the rest of this, we're just going to turn this on manual, and we're just going to do the alternative, kind of what you were discussing there. And we're just going to fight these fights. Like here, I can fight. I can say, okay, the losses are going to look just fine, and then I just hit Q. It does take a little bit longer because you actually have to load into the battle. You have to go through the battle music. But we'll do that for a little bit and just kind of see how it goes, because I do think that that is a genuine complaint that you might have about the way that Phixfox plays Heroes of Might and Magic 2. You might say, well, Phixfox, it almost feels like you're cheating because you do get to avoid battles with crazy losses, and I do get to see where the AI is trying to fight. So, like, it'll give you information whether or not the AI is going to... It'll give you the information about whether the AI is going to focus on one particular stack or not, right? And that does feel pretty bad. Okay, so like right here, I'm actually gonna skip, and then I'm gonna hit Q here, just so that the AI fights the fight. Oh, I guess I already lost more forces than I was going to otherwise. My bad. Anyway, 78 sprites. Go here. But it just does take a little bit of extra time. I don't even think the 500 gold is necessary anymore. The Shipwreck Survivor, that's not really necessary anymore. Well, we do want to get into the boat, though. Yeah, we do want to get into the boat. Let me just use up all my movement. Oh, I guess I gotta go past that. Okay, we're not gonna do that. By the way, though, Tundar did say that there are 8 different golden geese on the map to find. Will we find them all? I can almost guarantee you the answer is going to be no. I feel like Tundar is really good at I Spy. I got a feeling that Tundar is really good at making these hidden kind of moments. There's a Magellans maps, though. That's really cool. Oh, that's a good deal. Oh, so there was something out there. We just couldn't dimension door to it. That feels good. I'm okay with that. We've got a lot of good information. So there's a whole right corner of the map and lots of stuff in the middle, but you have this kind of this separating section. Oh, there's ghosts on the map. There's ghosts on the map. There's ghosts on the map, folks. There's ghosts on the map. You thought that Phixfox liked having 9,000 skeletons, folks. There's a Barrow mound on this map. There's a Barrow mound on this map. Everything has changed. Whatever our plans were, they are changed. I don't know, we might even just go back to here and then dimension door our way over and just dodge Loona, the lunatic. I think we're going to do that. I think we're just going to dodge Loona the lunatic for a couple of times and make it over to those ghosts. Imagine if she had picked up the ghosts. Oh, that would have been the worst. That would have been the worst. Goodness gracious. Zarfall asked, how does the blind seer at the Oracle use our crystal ball magic? It's magic. I don't got to explain anything. It's just magic. There's more than one corner in some bodies of water. Are you gonna make me get back into the boat? Oh, we already have 8 heroes. I'm gonna dismiss Ranlu. No, he's still doing good stuff for me. He's doing good stuff for me. This guy is he a net negative? No, there's a lot of gold here. That's 2,000 gold per day, minus 6 tax liens. Tell you what, let's upgrade this town. No, hold on. What's the best way of doing this? I don't know what the best way of doing this is. There's too many heroes with too much good stuff. Who's my worst hero? I'm gonna take these forces back. And we're gonna dismiss either Vesper or Phineas, but we're gonna do that in the very first day. So we're just kind of waiting here, picking up skeletons. Oh, that's right, I have to hit Q. All right, it's officially annoying. I'm gonna turn manual combat back off, back on. However you'd like to call it. Since we're here, let's just go through this dimension door area. I will pick up that. So let's just make sure there's nothing crazy that we haven't seen here before. What's that? Oh, it's a Xanadu. That's always worth our time. 16 skeletons, very good. +1 to each of our stats. Tax Liens Central. What's behind the tax lanes? It looks like black dragons. Is it just treasure? Is there an artifact here? I can't quite tell what it is. Oh, there's 2 artifacts. I think that those are resource generating artifacts though. I don't think I need them at this point. Okay, I don't need them at this point. I'm running a little bit lower on spell points, but there is a magic well just right here, so I'm gonna grab that before I do too much else. Up to the north. We're getting close to the time where Phixfox needs a break. It's about 2 hours in. So let's see. We're probably going to get to the end of this week. I don't know where we're at in this week, but we'll get to the end of this week. It's day 6. Yeah, and then we'll take a 5-minute break. Because I can feel myself flagging. At least this week I have some snacks though, so that's pretty good. Topple says, regarding ghosts, how cool would it be if you would be able to attack your own units? That'd be scary. That'd be, oh goodness. Do you want to turn 9,000 skeletons into 9,000 ghosts? You better believe I do. Including the shackles, he's a net loss. The shackles? The shackles? I'm not sure about that. Chris has got to go. Okay, Chris. Take good care. Hope you settle down for the night and have a good time. We'll catch up later. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye. The shackles. Okay. Well, we've only got so many hero slots. Let's end turn. Eventually, I feel like Loona has to leave that little attack pattern she's been in. When she does, I'm going to be very scared. In fact, by me going for the Barrow Mound, that might be what triggers it, funny enough. That might be what triggers it. And that could be devastating, actually. Because right now, I think that literally, if we just wait, yeah, if we just wait, eventually we are going to get enough gold. Actually, hold on. How much in taxes are we losing a day? Because we're at 250,000 right now. Yeah, we're definitely going to get there. Sexy Sandro. Folks, we've just found a new hero. Sexy Sandro the Necromancer. So Loona has made puppets. So she made Sandro the Peasant Killer, the puppet. She made Sexy Sandro the Necromancer, and she also made Sandro the Cute. Loona, you haven't even met this guy yet. Maybe they have. Maybe they've met each other and she's just being a little bit, like, a little forward. Maybe she's being, like, a little bit forward. That's funny. Well, tell you what, we're going to get rid of this one tax lien, and we're just going to dismiss the sexy puppet. And we're going to let the sexy puppet go anywhere else. Wherever else he wants to go, that's fine by me. But you can't stay here, buddy. Do whatever you want to do. I respect you in your ability to go and do and say whatever you want to say. Not here. Okay. Yeah, we're not losing that much gold. We are not losing that much gold. Okay, there's not anything there. Is this a corner? Okay, 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 is this a corner? There's a corner! But here's a better lesson to learn. Not all corners are in the corner. Not all corners are in the corner. Oh gosh. For a free golden... Oh, we never checked this corner, did we? We got into the water, we never actually checked it. Corner checkers should always be rewarded. It's time consuming and usually disappoints you. Today is the lesson to not give up in the pursuit. That is a lot of experience, we're grateful for it. But now I do have to check all these corners. Like I just have to, this isn't really a corner. That's funny. Well done. Good bit of misdirection, Tundar. I really appreciate it. And I am sorry for all the people that don't want this map to be spoiled. Clearly there are spoilers in effect. Because hey, that is a bit of a spoiler that there is a golden goose over there in the corner. Huh. Very fun, very interesting. Okay, we're gonna go run down real quick. Run down. And I actually think, yeah, I think it behooves me to pick up these 2 dragon cities. I don't think Loona's seen those yet. Otherwise, I think she would have picked them up. So let's stay kind of far away from her because we still don't want to fight her. I think that we lose if we fight her. Even with this big force, I think that we lose. But let's get to the point where we can pick up these dragons, and then we'll try and teleport out of range from where she can catch us or see us. That was a good moment. I really appreciated that moment. Tree of Knowledge, we have not picked this up yet. Oh, we got to pick up a tax lane to do it. All right. 10 gems. I am Master and Commander of the world, and you are bothering me over 10 gems? Sir? Hello? Alright. +1 level from that Tree of Knowledge. And it's going to be 6 red dragons from the 1 dragon city. And I'm guessing another 6 from the top one. Yep, that's that. There's an obelisk at sea that I guess I never picked up. I think I got enough spell points to make this work. Here and here. All right, and first thing in the morning, I guess that we will just teleport back up to our artesian spring here at Queen. Okay. Does she track us down? No, she does not. So Loona remains stuck. Phixfox wife says, I got you a surprise. Look at your phone. Phixfox wife has got a surprise. Oh, that's so sweet of you, honey. My dear sweet Phixfox wife recognizes that Phixfox really does enjoy gummy bears. And there's a particular brand that I enjoy very, very much, which is the Albanese style gummies. I think that they're best in the world. Really, I truly do. Best in the world. And she got me a nice little bag of that. Funny story though, I am expecting a package from my friends overseas, and not too long ago, Tundar has actually sent me a package full of wonderful things. Tundar, do you want to share with everybody what the plan is with that? It's kind of your information. It's kind of your news just as much as it's mine. If you're interested in sharing, I'll just read it verbatim, whatever you write on that. But Tundar's done something really nice, and he sent me something, so I'm very excited to get into that as soon as I can. And it's going to be something that I do on camera. I think it's going to be oodles of fun, and I am flabbergasted. I am thrilled. I am looking very much forward to being able to share it with everybody else. So. Please try to visit the island Loona first hit you on, since you will soon win anyway. UK pantry, okay. Oh, and Phixfox is going to go check the mail. Very good. Tundar says go for it. It's for you, so enjoy it and share it with everybody. It has arrived. Hee hee. Okay, perfect. So folks, Tundar has sent me from the UK a box of sweets and fun stuff, and I'm going to get to try as an American this lovely UK treats and cuisines and such. It's going to be awesome. And I'm going to give my unfiltered thoughts and opinions, and I'm hoping that I love everything. And in case there's something there that like I'm not that I don't love, I will still, rather than just be kind, I will say, hey, I tried this, not my favorite, but I will let everybody know what's going on. And I'm very excited to just kind of do that on camera. In fact, I'm excited to let my dear sweet wife try as well. We will see if she has any thoughts on the matter. By the way, Loona Bonk, 0 attack, 12 defense, 17 spell power, 20 knowledge. She's actually fairly tough. Holy kittens. You're going to chain lightning me, I will chain lightning you. Get out of here. We'll attack right there. And then Liv1986 is back in the chat. Hello, nice to have you here. I can't believe I'm watching your video live. Really? Like you can't believe it at all? Like in a good way? You clicked on it and you're happy that you clicked on it? I think you're happy you clicked on it. I hope you're happy you clicked on it. Welcome to the chat. It's nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, I'm very excited to have, I'm very excited to share with everybody what Tundar sent over to me. So I have no idea what it is, but I'm excited to find out. I think it's going to be a great time for everybody. And yeah, I can't wait for that video to come out as soon as we get that done. Yeah. Let's go to this new town. I did just get the opportunity to pick up Titans. I think the Titans are going to be a little bit better than these rogues. Just a tiny bit. And if you've noticed, I'm trying to dimension door my way from this village because I want to stay away from Loona. I don't know. I think I just kind of need to go back to run up builds or run down. Let's go to run down. And then we will go back as Tundar asked us to one of these islands. I think it was down here, this island. I guess we need to go back to this island. Am I tough enough to defeat Loona at this point? 41 red dragons. Tell you what, I think that we're getting to the point where we're going to win this scenario. I don't think that that's in question. Let's go try and win the scenario by beating Loona, and then we can have free reign over all of her lands. Then we'll go pick up ghosts, and then we'll go do fun stuff. Because I think that our attack skill and our defense skill is good enough. Level 33, she had like 15 and 15. We got 23 and 28. We got about as many skeletons as she had. She definitely has more other forces. She's got like way more phoenixes, way more bone dragons and stuff. I still think I can do some pretty nifty things though. Let's see if we can win this head-on collision. I know I shouldn't because at this point we've already mentioned that Phixfox is 2-2 with Tundar on who wins the scenarios, the map maker or the map enjoyer. But losing here, I think that we can all recognize that even if I lose, it's not that I lost, it's that I decided to go have some fun and try and do something nifty. I think that because I've got 2 enemy shooters, I think I'm going to be okay. I think I'll be okay. I wish I could click on the town. I think that she's got bone dragons in there, but I can't click on the town because of all the trees. I'm just going to assume that there's bone dragons in there. There are. Okay. This indicates that we're going to lose. As a last resort, I do have Armageddon. Unless the enemy does that. That's not good. Anti-magic definitely has got... It's got the counter to what I want to do here. Okay, so 15 attack, 16 defense, 18 spell power, 26 knowledge, blood morale, Irish luck. Hey, I got blood morale and Irish luck too. I do got some good spells on me as well. Spells are going to have to be what wins us this scenario. How about this? Let's see, 165 spell points. That's actually not as many as I wish. 1400 points of damage via the Armageddon, but then you're going to lose your own forces. I think that number one, not only do you want to, but you need to teleport all your skeletons right there. There. That's the place for it. And then you do have more skeletons than me. You got an extra 3,000 skeletons more than I do. Let's start to attack them. In fact, it might be the sprites that'll attack skeletons. We're going to kill a couple here. You do want to hope. You want to hope you get the 10% chance to have the stack. If I get this, could you imagine the Phixfox luck that would be to get that? That'd be nuts. Zarfall says mirror image. Mirror image. Oh, that's great. Zarfall, you're a genius. And for a couple of reasons. Number one, Zarfall, I think I'm going to try to mirror image my genie stack so I can have multiple chances to half the skeleton stack. But yeah, I didn't even think about how good mirror image could be there. That's crazy. Way to go, Zarfall. Good idea. Sandro the Peasant Killer's in the chat. Hail there to the Phixfoxes. Hail to our main man as well. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. And thank you to you and to all Fix friends near and far. Appreciate you very, very much. Okay. All right, we're going to skip on the genies for now. I'll take the losses. Ooh, that's a lot of skeletons that went down. That was 600 skeletons. Not good. I don't want to put the red dragons into harm's way. I do want to keep the dragons alive. We're just going to skip for now. Bone dragons go south. Full defensive positioning. Very interesting. And I'm going to use the sprites to work on these greater druids. Because the phoenixes are here and the bone dragons are here, the skeletons can't get to me at all. Do I want to attack? Or do I want to attack? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I kill the phoenixes, I'm not going to have to worry about getting this first hit. Sprites take out all those druids. It's possible that the bone dragons will leave now that there's no ranged enemies. In fact, I say possible. I mean, it's probable. It would be way better. Okay, it would be way better to mirror image my skeleton stack. More than, like, you could try for the 10% chance to have the enemy. That's not nearly as good, though. I think we all recognize that. That's not nearly as good. So I'm going to just kind of lose the Genies. I'm going to attack. Yeah, I'm just going to attack. 570 skeletons did go down, but we lost all 44 Genies. I'm gonna skip. I'm interested to see what the bone dragons will do. Oh, they go for the skeletons. Oh, with good luck, we kill 100 bone dragons. Holy cow! Okay, so bone dragons did 2,500 damage and killed 600 skeletons, and then we got good luck and we killed 100 bone dragons in retaliation. Oh my goodness! That is a lot of damage. 50,000 damage from 8,600 skeletons. That's crazy. I love that. That was good. That was a good moment. Okay, we've saved our spell. We've saved our spell. I think I'm just going to back off. Even if the skeletons go out, we should be able to mirror image and then get that first shot off. Unless I mirror image right now. If I mirror image, will they mirror image to this hex or will they mirror image to there? I think that they always mirror image down. I think that it consistently mirror images to there. And if that's the case, then 1, 2, 3, 4, they can attack. I don't want that. I guess I could, I don't know. I could, this is a fun strategy. I've got an idea with this fun strategy. Here's what we're going to do. All right. We're going to just continue to mirror image. They do go down, but if I attack here, then you can't reach. And now I'm just going to start throwing these 8Ks at you again and again and again. So we're going to go to this corner. We're going to reach. 8K skeletons. We just killed oodles. We just killed 9,000 skeletons. I thought I was going to have to repeatedly mirror image and send troops and mirror image and send troops. The sprites did a good job. They killed 1,600 skeletons. But my mirror image stack did 35,000 damage, and there's only 1,500 skeletons left. Starfall, holy smokes, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, and yeah, Sandro the Peasant Killer. Hey, I'm grateful that that we're getting to enjoy this moment here, where all the skeletons do so much damage. I am amazed that we walked out of that fight not only with a win, but still with the bulk of our forces. We even made room by sacrificing Genies and Sprite. We even made room for ghosts for this upcoming fight, and we get 6,000 skeletons in return through the great dark arts of necromancy. You think we just won the game? I think we did. Folks, this homecoming to Run High has never felt so good. Oh, hello, my friends. Yay, Sandro. Sandro, he's back. Have you collected all the taxes yet, sir? No, not quite, but we're just about there. Wow, what a crazy moment. I love that. I love that. Well, I said I was going to take a break at the end of the week. That was last week that I said I was going to do that, and I just got busy. I got busy enjoying this great scenario. I think that we're actually to the point where I don't think we should break. I think that we should just continue on. Crazy as it sounds, because I think that we're fairly close to the end. I think that we're fairly close to the end. We can go to here and then Dimension Door over. Wonderful. I will pick up these resource generating artifacts. As you've seen, they're not artifacts. As you've seen, we have really traded for resources here and there, left and right. There's been a couple of times where we've had to do that, and so it's gonna be nice to just have one less thing to deal with. So, very grateful for that. Let's see, we've got something wonderful happening in the chat. That is Sandro the Peasant Killer with the cheer. Thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate it very much. He says, I mean, big respect for our harvester. Yes, when the skeletons are being used appropriately, Sandro the Peasant Killer in chat will let you know if you've done something correctly or not. Thank you for letting us know that you approve of our harvesting ways. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself there. Thank you. Okay, let's see, we're gonna step here. Horde of Phoenixes, I can just bypass them, but folks, this is the goal. This has been my goal for the last couple of turns. It's just been to get to this Barrow Mound here in the very center. There's a legion of red dragons guarding this. There's a legion? How many is a legion? Hold on, a legion? You're telling me that there's 1,000 red dragons here? You're telling me that there's 1,000 red dragons here. How do you defeat 1,000 red dragons? Like, the skeletons are good. 14,000 skeletons. I mean, I think that maybe they'll join, Tobal says. Let me just make sure I got this correct though. Because clearly this is a game-breaking moment, right? But I mean, this isn't gonna do it. Mirror imaging the skeleton stack, I mean, that's a lot of damage, but I mean, we were doing like 65,000 damage. That's, you know how long it takes to kill 250 hit point red dragons? If you're doing 65,000 damage at a time, like, you're killing a bunch, but you're not taking out as many. Okay, we're gonna save because I want to fight this fight anyway. But I think we're gonna have to leave. I don't think we can actually win this fight right now. We're gonna fight it because I think it's interesting and I want to find out. But yeah, 4 stacks of 2k, that's crazy. That's crazy. Is there a way that we could have adjusted this maybe? I don't think so. I don't think so. What a weird, okay, I like this. I like this. Let's just do the teleport. Let's just get the skeletons in, so that way dragons will toast themselves. Let's walk the titans up. Yeah, you're losing 4,000 skeletons at a time. Yeah, you can't deal with that. All your dragons goes down there. By the time that your skeletons get to go, there's only 600 left. Yeah, no, this is on the map. I don't think that this fight is possible with any means that we here possess. Us mere mortals do not have the ability to defeat a legion of red dragons. I can't think of any tricks that would let me defeat that fight. I can't think of any tricks. Because you can't, I mean, there's no spell casting that we can mess around with them. So there's no hit and run tactics. You can't do that. Yeah, I can't think of any way you can go through this. You could do something like this, maybe. Group formation, and so then double hexes. Yeah, but no, dragons have the double hex attack, so you can't like defend the skeletons long enough to get mirror images off. And even if you do, it's not gonna be enough. Yeah, there's no tricks I can think of that are gonna actually make that fight doable. Crazy. What a weird moment. Huh. I love that. Okay, all right, well, there you go. Sandro the Peasant Killer, yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, I appreciate it. Grateful for the streams. Makes me feel younger and you're powerful. Bone spike as a skeleton. Good. I'm glad that you enjoy these, and I'm glad that we get to enjoy those moments where clearly we are making the map impossibly tough on our enemy. That does make me happy. Okay, we're gonna go back to our main castle, by the way. Run High. We're gonna go back to Run High because there's an artesian spring not too far, and I want that. There's an oasis, which is also not bad. And then we should actually be able to reach, I think that was Loona again that was hopping back into the boat. Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get her before she comes back. Yeah, this is Loona the Lunatic. Let's see if we can actually prevent her from causing any more hate and discontent. This is just like that moment in the movie Knight's Tale. It had Heath Ledger in it, if you're familiar with that, where Foster He's like, there she is, your lady, your Venus. And he says, and now I hate her. This is Loona, your love, and now I hate her. Oh, look at that. We did stick it on group formation because I was being silly. Interesting. One chain lightning. I think that this will... Oh, there's 1k skeletons. Oh. I think I'm going to wait. Oh, and now she runs. Never mind. My bad. All right. Well, at least she's back. But jokes aside, Sandro the Peasant Killer, you were happy you got this moment to properly appreciate your work. Hey, I appreciate that. High praise, absolutely high praise. I'm grateful when people are kind with their words and just share what they're feeling, because it'd be really easy for us. It'd be really easy for us to betray our feelings and ignore saying nice things to other people just because we're worried about the way it'll be received. One of my favorite trainings I was ever a part of was through the Arbinger Institute. The Arbinger Institute has written a couple of books, and they do a lot of work with families and work with people getting along. So it'll be applicable for businesses who are trying to improve productivity. It's also applicable to families that are struggling with family members who are not doing very, very well. And I worked with them in the capacity where they worked with me at the Anasazi Foundation, where I worked as a behavioral health direct care staff. Basically, I took kids into the desert, I gave them a knife, and I said, don't stab me. It was my favorite job ever. I got paid to go backpacking with awesome kids who, I admit, yeah, they had some legal troubles that brought them there to the camp. But I got to teach them the Anasazi way, I got to work with them, and dare I say, I learned just as much from them as they learned from me. Right? So, the Arbinger Institute working with this group of individuals is a really good idea, because you're trying to get these kids to understand that, hey, sometimes it's easy for you to want to betray your feelings of doing good things for whatever reason. They call it getting in the box, right? So, for example, your true feeling might be to help somebody, but then over time you betray that initial good true feeling of, hey, I'm going to help this person, and then you justify it. You say, well, you know, when have they helped me? Or you say, well, it's going to be like a lot of hard work, or, well, maybe they don't really want my help. Whatever the case is, you talk yourself out of it, and then what we tend to do is we tend to justify why we were correct in betraying that good feeling that we had. And so being able to be true to yourself and say, yeah, I had something nice to say to somebody, and I actually followed through and I said it. I think that that's actually a really quality sort of a deal, because I think that all too often we worry about, you know, saying the wrong thing or what have you, making somebody else feel uncomfortable. And what I've learned is that if we are genuine with our feelings and thoughts, if we actually don't mean any offense, then more often than not, people won't take any offense, even if we get our words a little bit mixed up. And oh boy, does Phixfox get his words mixed up all the time. And that's okay. That's okay. We'll get through it. We've just taken the castle, or rather the town, of Loona's Playground. By the way, did you notice that this was Loona's Landing? Wait. Loona's Landing? I feel like we've heard that castle before. I do know that this beach area, this desert, it actually goes into another map. I forget which map it was. If Tundar's still here, he could tell us which map goes directly south of this position. I just don't recall which one it was, but that's kind of interesting to me. I like that. And I'm really happy that we get to continue to explore this area. That's acceptable. And, oh, and that's right. And Tundar wanted us to go back to this little beach here. We'll go back to that beach in just a little bit. But I do want to explore the rest of this map if I possibly can. All right, folks. We've done it. There's a corner. Is there anything nifty in the corner? There's nothing nifty in the corner. I'm so sad. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. These things do happen. I walked right by a town. Loona's Druids. So I saw this one. I saw Loona's Playground. I did not even see Pinehurst or Loona's Druids until I looked at the map. Those towns are so well hidden. Okay, be honest. Did anybody else miss that? Was I the only person that missed those two towns? A town right here and a town right here. I did not see those until just now, because I looked at the adventure map and I was like, wait a second, why is there purple on my adventure map? That's crazy. Good work, Tundar, you got me. Sandro the Peasant Killer says, yeah, I know what you mean. I had some similar experiences too in my childhood when people used more often than not to judge you based on your inner thoughts than your actual facts. So as an adult now, how do you help other people not deal with the negativity that you experienced? Because I'm sure that because you've experienced that, like you're aware of it, and you probably want to prevent other people from having to deal with negative feelings and those negative kind of repercussions. How do you help other people manage to avoid what you've had to deal with? I'm interested to know, because yeah, I'm just interested to know. I have no answers, only questions. Okay, hold on. Pinehurst, okay, that one's normal. Ran down, so we've had run high and run low. Now we have ran down. Oh, throng of dwarves. That's just gonna be so many skeletons. Let's just take 102 skeletons for free. And then up to here, and this one is run, run, Tundar. Run, run, Tundar. Running like a merry-go-round. I think that that's definitely a Christmas song I just sang. I think I just riffed off of Run Run Rudolph, but hopefully no one will be the wiser. Unless I tell you, you're not going to know. Okay, let's see, another 168 skeletons. And I'm making my way down to this observation tower. It just seems like, oh, there's a Loona circle right here. I missed that until just now as well. Let me pick up this observation tower real quick. And there's another town up here, Loona's Fire. I'm gonna go take out Loona's Fire, and then I'm gonna come back. I'll go back to that island that we had talked about a little bit, because Tundar seemed to think it was pretty important. I'm guessing that there's another golden goose there, and I want to make sure that we don't finish the scenario before we hit 1,000,000 gold. Okay, so I think the best way to get there is probably here, Loona's Landing. Yeah, let's go back to Loona's Landing. Could you imagine trying to complete the scenario without Dimension Door, by the way? That'd be a little bit much. That'd be a little bit much. Tundar says, sorry, I was eating dinner. Yeah, Loona's Landing is from Spritely's Demon. There you go. It felt like I had seen that before. Felt like that was familiar. Okay, so this was the little island that Tundar wanted me to go to. Exploit Island, 5,000 gold. Cool. All right, yeah, cool. So that's 5,000 gold. That's awesome. All right, right on. Let's see. Dimension Door away. Restep. Restep. Tundar. Are you telling me? Are you telling me that as many times as I step here, I'm gonna get 5,000 gold again and again and again? Tundar. What a fun deal. Okay, and so I'm glad I know this. I'm not much of a map maker, but I do try and check out everything that the FHeroes2 team puts together. I know that when you do a little bubble in the map editor that triggers an event, that there is a box that you can tick whether or not just one color from the map can get it, in this case blue or purple. You can also trigger whether or not it will trigger again and again and again. Usually the box remains checked that it's a one-time event, but Exploit Island will give you 5,000 gold as many times as you step here. Hold on. So look at this. I can't just hit spacebar. You have to step on and step off. But as many times as you want to, you're gonna get 5,000 gold. That's funny. Exploit Island, Treasure Island. I like it. So, and it's not too far away from your starting area, but you do at least have to sail from here. You have to get at least a boat and then go to here before you can do that. So if you're looking to complete this map as quickly as possible, maybe rushing to this area is going to do it for you. We are getting 30,000 gold per day, and so it's possible that it's still better for you to explore the adventure map in a more traditional sort of a way. But it's very cool to know that our map maker left us a fun little prize there. Way to go, Tundar. I like that. That was good. That's good. I was about to walk away. So I'm glad that you told me to re-step. Thank you very much. Thank you. Tobal, you could use the Alchemist Tower to free up an artifact slot. I do want to get rid of this. Especially if I'm going to find the ultimate artifact, which I feel like I'm fairly close to. Okay. We're looking for Witch's Hut and a fort and knowledge. I think it's right here. The only thing that doesn't make sense, oh, it's right here. I thought that this mountain peak was the top of something, but it's not. This is that, this is that, and this is that. Folks, we do need to get rid of an ultimate artifact, or rather we need to get ourselves a free artifact slot so that we can, yeah, we need to get a free artifact slot. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna just go to run high. Where are you? Run high. We will stay the night just for funsies. And then we're going to dimension door just right across the way here. We're going to get rid of this artifact. We're going to go back and we're going to dig for that ultimate artifact because I think I know it's right here. It might take us a couple of times, but it seems like it's going to be worth my time to do a little bit of digging anyway. Okay, so let's line this up as best as we can. Here, here, and here. So here's the door to my fort. Let's see how good I lined it up on the first try. Bird legs for stilts. This. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And so if this is pretty good, then right about here is going to be where the ultimate artifact is. We're just going to walk there. This is going to take us one full day to dig. Let's see if with our one artifact slot, we can get this on the first try or not. Try searching on clear ground. Okay, the answer is no. We cannot get it on the first try. We tried. Yeah, we tried. Nothing. Where could it be? Digging requires a whole day. Okay, fine. After spending many hours digging here, you have uncovered the ultimate French shield. That's going to be +6 attack, +6 defense. So we've even had the time to almost get 1,000,000 gold and go out of our way for this nifty little artifact. So nice to see the Battle Garb of Anduran and the ultimate shield and the golden goose in our possession. Often do we get the ultimate artifact, but not often do we get it in just 2 tries. Very good. Tundar says, should I say how close you've been to more golden gooses or save it for others? I think you should save it for others. I would love it to know how close I was to the other 6 golden geese, but I do think it's a good idea that we save it for other people who want to enjoy this map. I love when a map maker has lots of fun things that they leave for us to explore and find, and I hope that other people get the chance to play your map very, very soon. I'm grateful I got the first crack at it. I'm grateful for my association with you, Tundar. I'm grateful that you feel like I've done a good job in doing justice for your maps. And so, grateful that I get the first bite of the apple, and I'll be very excited to see other people not have their entire playthrough ruined by watching this playthrough for Phixfox. Very good. Kind of the catch-22. On the one hand, it's very cool that I get to be the first player of the map. On the other hand, it's rough because I know that other people are going to say to themselves, well, I will watch Phixfox's video after I play the map for myself. And I say, all of my best to you. Go have oodles of fun doing that. Oodles of fun. Swarm mutant zombies. That's a free 308 skeletons. Observation tower. We're going to ignore a lot of this. We will take out run by first thing in the morning because we're out of movement points. But this is a very fun map, and I really did like how it turned into something of an RPG. Mostly it was just Sandro, the tax collector, going all through this area, having tons of fun by himself, just saying hello to all of the locals. By the way, we are up to Expert Necromancy +7, so 100% of all creatures on the battlefield are returned to skeletons. That's a bunch. That's because we've picked up all these little necromancy towns that have, oh geez, all these little necromancy towns that have free stuff in them. I have view all, and I do want to find some extra stuff. Oh, Zounds of Peasants. Do you think you want Zounds of Peasants to follow you? The answer is no. We're just going to have you turn into skeletons for me. 1,500, 900 skeletons, and then 1,500. That was so many. Goodness. Zounds of goblins. 800 skeletons. 651. Artesian spring, so we never have to stop moving. I guess there's an observation tower over there. Maybe I should go back. I've got only a limited amount of time, folks. We currently have 830,000 gold. And after taxes, we still have 840,000 gold. So we've only got about, this is going to be the last week. This is going to be the final week before we win the game, just through normal means. So if there's anywhere else, Tundar, that you think that we ought to go, let me know. Let me know if there's anything else we ought to try and do. Shame you couldn't find the Sphinx. Where's the Sphinx? Is over here, is over here, is over here, over here, over here, up here, up here. Because there's only this area, this area, this area, this area, this area. Those are the only areas that are left if you're looking at the adventure map. I'm gonna go to here. I'm gonna go to godliness. Goblinshire? No, it is godliness. Oh, godliness, cleanliness. Okay, real quick, folks. The different towns and castles you have Run Up Bills, Run Down, Titan Boa, Goblinshire, Queen, Cleanliness, Godliness, Run High, Loona's Landing, Loona's Playground, Loona's Druids, Ran Down, Run Tundar, Loona's Circle, Loona's Fire, Run By, Run Through. A lot of different towns there. Well, we're going to go to Godliness. Let's see if we can find that Sphinx, because I feel like you wouldn't have made that comment unless we already passed by it. So I'm going to assume it's over here. Maybe not. Here. I don't know where the Sphinx is. Is it over here? Is it over here? Tundar, tell me where the Sphinx is and I'll go find it. And then Tobal says, by the way, you can line up with the puzzle map on the first try if you leave your mouse cursor on something and then use the keyboard arrows to scroll and line up with your cursor. That's a very good way of putting it. I like that. I think that's a great idea, Tobal. I think I'm going to need to try that a little bit more in the future. I think that's going to be worthwhile. Thank you. I like that. Yeah, so we'll do that next time. Like, for example, here. I guess we can just try it real quick. Where was it? Where were we digging? I could find it the first time. I can't find it the second time. There it is. It's like here. I'm just trying to get it right there. And you're saying that you should just get close. And then when it's off a little bit, then you just like arrow key over one or down, just like that. Is that what I'm understanding? That makes the most sense to me anyway. Tundar says, it's scary. I wanted you to showcase the map first, but also without a community of feedback for the finale map. Okay, sounds good. Oh, and it's at sea, south of the wizard, Titan Boa. Titan Boa is right here. Okay, so let's go to Titan Boa and let's find the Sphinx that Tundar is looking for. If at this point we lose, I see, it's gotta be this little island right there. If at this point we lose our main hero, I don't think it'll really matter. He does have 10,000 gold per day, but I think that we are still eventually going to hit our goal of 1 million gold, at which point the map will be won anyway. Will the Cyclopes join us? No. They will join the army of skeletons, as will their brethren. +1 attack, and I think that Sandro is going to finish this scenario at level 35, 32 attack, 35 defense, 33 spell power, and 20 knowledge. I have a riddle for you. The Sphinx says, answer correctly and you shall be rewarded. Answer incorrectly and you shall be eaten. Do you accept the challenge? I do. The Sphinx asks you the following riddle. You are in Run High, but what kingdom are you in right now? Spritely. We're in the kingdom of Spritely. Is that correct? Spritely kingdom? I don't think it's necessary for me to put kingdom if I know that it's Spritely. Like, it's asking what kingdom. I found one of the golden geese. Lovely. Looking somewhat disappointed, the Sphinx sighs, you've answered my riddle, so here's your reward. Now, be gone. Oh, darn it. You cannot pick up this artifact. You already have a full load. It got me again. Oh, I will never live this down. Oh, I'm never going to financially recover from this. Alrighty. Well, there you go, Sandro. Sir Sandro has done what he had to do. And folks, I think at this point, I'm going to hit Z. There's probably more of this map to be explored, but I think that we're just going to hit end turn and watch the gold roll in. 94, 97, and there it is, victory. You have built up over 1 million gold in your treasury. All enemies bow before your wealth and power. Folks, this is a great map. This is a great map, and I think it's a great map because if for no other reason than it is fun to play in the sense that it is not traditional. A lot of the maps we've played and a lot of Tundar's other maps have required the use of multiple heroes. This map was fun because there came a point where I could just use Sandro, and that was fun. Like, you could use other heroes, the option was available to you, but eventually you realized, no, you just want to use Sandro. And I'm not regretting time spent using the other heroes, but I'm also very grateful that eventually we just slept all the other heroes and played with this. Also worth noting, I can't think of another map other than Colossal Caverns that requires you to reach a gold limit. Therefore, this is a very unique map, not one that you often see. And so I think that it has a place in your map library. As soon as Tundar makes it available, I think it'll be great for you if you go and pick up this map. So that's going to be what it should be. Victory. What is our score? I do not know. I cannot say. Rating of a Black Dragon, 174 days, score of 259, and we only did a couple of reloads just for those weird little deals. I still am amazed how the AI was able to lose 3 red dragons instead of 7 at that one fight, and I don't regret the fact that we ended up using the autosave just to figure that out. I thought that was still worthwhile. All right. Let me take a drink real quick. Well, what do we do now? I'm having that moment of letdown after you finish an epic adventure, and you're just like, huh, what now? Tundar asks, could you give me a tad bit of feedback? Should it be harder, shorter time, victory, etc.? I think that the time limit is there to give you a sense of impending doom and the sense of, oh, I need to hurry. I don't actually think that you need to make it more challenging. I think that the charm of this map is not the struggle. I think that the charm of this map is you setting up interesting scenes like Loona the puppet, and you setting the thematical challenges through the logistics of trying to get all your artifacts where they ought to be. I think that that is the main place that this map really shines. So I don't think that difficulty is really the draw of this map. If you want difficulty, you've got other maps that you've made that are very difficult. I think that this map is charming for an entirely different reason. So I wouldn't actually shorten the time. I would not increase the difficulty. I would keep it the exact same way. I really would. I really would. Worth noting though, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed myself nearly as much if I wasn't able to get Loona stuck in Ran High. That might have changed my opinion on the scenario. But I did get her stuck and that changed everything. So I don't know, just something to think about. And then can't wait for you to try cold IRN, bruh. I don't know. Oh, I'll look forward to cold IRN. What's that? Coldern brew. Is that going to be the one with Loona, or is that going to be something from the box that you sent me? I'm excited to find out. Okay, folks. Well, we're gonna take a break. It's 12:30 my time, so I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna try and play. Oh, we'll do a Phixfox challenge. We haven't done a Phixfox challenge in a minute. So we're going to do that in just a moment or two. But for now, we're going to call this the end of this scenario, this playthrough, and we're going to be grateful for our map maker. So Tundar, thank you for all you've done. This is wonderful, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from you in the future. Okay, so thank you, and take care. We'll catch everybody after the break. Bye-bye.